Dragon Slayer Academy, an RPG where players enroll in an academy and fight monsters on the front lines. I am a veteran of this game, and after countless hours of grinding, I have finally claimed the #1 spot on the leaderboard. But instead of choosing to be a carry who leads the charge, I decided to become the strongest support in the game. Because the feature I love most is raising heroes. I pick rookie NPC students from the academy and start raising them, giving them the best items, the most cutting-edge weapons, and nurturing them until they become S-rank heroes, absolute top-tier monsters. And finally, after all that grinding, I completed my 1000th personal S-rank. Having achieved my goal, Kim Ho let out a long yawn. So, what now? He took off his headset and muttered, nothing left to do. I have already maxed out S-rank for every class, and I have repeated it way too many times. Maybe I should try raising some mediocre ones for a change. But then his eyes caught a notification flashing on the screen. He frowned, a notice at this hour, rare, but not unheard of. The next moment, the content made him flinch, eyes widening. The system window read, S-rank number 1000 has graduated. You have reached the legendary milestone no one has ever achieved before. Special quest activated. Hearing this, Kim Ho thought to himself, wait, there is actually a quest like this. The system continued, prevent the apocalypse. Difficulty, X. His curiosity spiked even higher, X rank, I thought S was the highest. So does that mean there are X rank items, X rank heroes too? The notifications made his blood race with excitement. Without a second thought, he smashed the accept button. When the prey delivers itself to your door, why hesitate, accept immediately. System, commencing quest. The next instant, he was transported to some forest. Kim Ho blinked in confusion. Huh, this forest? No way. Is this inside the game? So the reincarnation privilege actually pulled me into the game for real. Who would have thought this would actually happen? He looked around, then muttered inwardly, but this place looks exactly like the tutorial forest. So I have to start over from zero. He swallowed hard and opened his status window. Every single stat was gone, completely wiped clean. The corner of his mouth twitched. Haha, for real, total reset. No reincarnation perks at all, this damn game. System, enrollment quest reward distributed. Acquired trait, copy. Acquired trait, amplification rank F. Staring at the window, Kim Ho's eyes sharpened. Oh, reincarnation rewards after all. He nodded to himself, that is more like it. Levels are gone, but I can just grind them back. At least I have a foundation. While he was pondering his next move, another blinding notification popped up. Tutorial, survive for 10 minutes to receive the Dragon Slayer Academy Starter Kit. Quest begins. Kim Ho smirked, brimming with optimism. A beginner quest was, after all, just killing a few small fry monsters, nothing to worry about. Yet deep down, a faint premonition stirred. When something feels too normal, something abnormal is definitely hiding. And just as expected, before he could even catch his breath, he was instantly teleported to a chaotic battlefield where two colossal boss dragons were roaring and clashing. Kim Ho ran for his life, heart pounding. Two bosses right from the tutorial. This difficulty is insane. Run first, think later. The red dragon spewed magic, flames blazing like hellfire, turning the surroundings into a scorching inferno. Lee Seo, who was actually Seo Yang, standing not far away, glanced over and thought, getting dragged into this means dying before I can even do anything. But while sprinting for dear life, a bold idea flashed through Kim Ho's mind. Wait, is not this the perfect chance to test the copy trait? High above, the red dragon and blue dragon crashed into each other, biting and tearing ferociously, neither yielding an inch. To activate copy, he needed to witness the target's action and clearly identify its name and rank. After an earth-shaking collision that shook the very space around them, Kim Ho grinned, too easy. His eyes turned ice cold as he focused on the red dragon. System, target trait elemental resistance S successfully copied. Kim Ho exhaled in relief, heart still racing from excitement. I can't believe I copied an S rank trait this early. Lucky elemental resistance S massively reduces damage from all elements. He muttered, feeling like he would just slip past the Grim Reaper. As he walked, he suddenly spotted a mana core on the ground. I would love another skill, but without a mana core I can't activate anything. He nodded, satisfied with the S-rank trait he would just stolen. But at that moment, a chilling gust of wind blew in the opposite direction, making him freeze. Huh, why did the wind change? I thought things were calming down. He looked up. The red dragon was inhaling deeply, its aura terrifying, as if it meant to swallow the sky itself. On the other side, the blue dragon was not about to lose. It was ready to fight to the death. Kim Ho's heart pounded. Dragon breath. The deadliest move dragons have. Run. Even with S-rank elemental resistance, he knew he was nothing more than a mosquito between two titans. One breathed fire, the other spat lightning. All Kim Ho could do was sprint, thinking, at this distance, I am definitely dead. Boom. A heaven-shaking explosion. He dove and rolled away from the clash, sweating bullets. Right then, the system announced in its cold, mechanical voice. Tutorial complete. Rewards: Dragon Slayer Academy uniform, student ID, train ticket. Next tutorial: board the train to Dragon Slayer Academy. The scenery blurred. When it cleared, Kim Ho found himself standing in a bustling train station. The air was lively with chatter, laughter, and the long wail of train whistles. He stepped into a carriage, eyes scanning the crowd. "Excuse me, miss, could you stand up for a moment?" A young man carrying a sword asked a girl who had her face buried on the table. "All the seats are taken. Mind if I sit beside you?" Seeing no response, the swordsman muttered awkwardly, "Is the lady asleep?" He started to back off. "Sorry for waking you. I will find another spot." Before he finished, Kim Ho walked in and cut him off. "All seats taken." The swordsman hesitated. "Well, not exactly. She has not said anything. She was asleep until just now and only half woke up." Kim Ho pointed decisively. "I will sit here then." The girl lifted her head and answered curtly, "Yeah." He sat down and smiled at the swordsman. "Thanks. I am Kim Ho." The girl replied softly, "Seo Yane." Kim Ho turned to the swordsman and invited warmly, "You sit too. It is fine, right?" Seo Yane glanced over with evaluating eyes. The swordsman bowed politely. "Thank you. My name is Go Yun Woo. I almost had to stand the whole way." Kim hung. "I will definitely repay this favor." His speech was full of old-fashioned chivalry, like a true wuxia swordsman. Kim Ho observed him and thought, classic martial hero protagonist, even the way he talks. He started conversation. "Why were you so late?" Go Yun Woo laughed cheerfully. "On the way here, I saw two ancient dragons fighting. I was so shocked I got lost." Cold sweat instantly broke out on Kim Ho as he recalled the near-death experience. "Ah. Same here. Almost died." Smoke billowed, the whistle blew long and loud, and all three realized, "Oh, we're departing." Kim Ho sank into thought. Dragon Slayer Academy. He knew it like the back of his hand from countless playthroughs. But this time, something felt different. He glanced at his two companions, silently memorizing their names, Go Yun Woo and Seo Yane. Everyone around them, students, instructors, were unfamiliar faces. The scenery unfolded like a slow-motion film. Every character felt brand new. He thought, the setting might be the same, but the characters have changed. Upcoming events and quests will definitely be different. I need to observe carefully. Suddenly he felt uncomfortable under Seo Yane's intense stare. This girl, whose special eyes could turn everything into visible stats, was staring at him without blinking. Through her vision, Go Yun Woo was ordinary, Wind Sky Swordsmanship D, Swordsmanship Talent C, Core E. But when she looked at Kim Ho's status, copy, amplification, countless overlapping status windows, so many she could not even count them. That overwhelming difference kept her eyes glued to him, making Kim Ho increasingly uneasy. He finally spoke, "Why are you staring so much, little miss?" Seo Yane suddenly remembered what adults taught her: if you are interested in someone, do something nice for them. She rummaged through her bag, pulled out a bag of snacks, and offered it to Kim Ho. "Want some?" He accepted, unable to refuse. "Ah, thanks. Homemade?" She nodded, "Yeah." He tasted one, not bad. What made him chuckle was that she only offered him Go Yun Woo was completely ignored. While eating, Kim Ho asked, "Hey Go Hung, that huge thing next to you, is it a greatsword?" Go Yun Woo's eyes lit up with pride. "You have a sharp eye, Hung." He boasted excitedly, "This is my family's heirloom treasure. Unfortunately, I am still not qualified to break its seal, so it is like this for now. But do not worry, even in this state, this sword has never met an enemy it could not face." Kim Ho raised an eyebrow. Really? Well, you would better find a more reliable weapon soon." Suddenly, a young man burst through the door, Ahem, everyone, mind if I hang out here for a bit? Go Yun-woo answered enthusiastically, not at all, make yourself at home. The newcomer laughed heartily, haha, thanks, just for a little while. Kim Ho frowned, feeling something off. I did not hear any footsteps. I think I know who this guy is. He asked, why are you running around instead of sitting? The guy grinned and handed over a business card. Aha, caught me. Dragon Slayer Academy Delivery Service need anything. Call Shin Byung-chul. As long as you pay, we can get anything. Someone doubted, anything. He declared confidently, of course. Kim Ho still did not buy it, though he knew this kid definitely had skills, and now you are hiding because you got reported for running the business. Right. Shin Byung-chul's face went pale, Well. Why yeah. Seo Yane looked out the window and asked, that obvious? Kim Ho suggested, just act like something's chasing you. A shadow flickered outside the glass. Seo Yane pressed her face to the window and yelped, ack. A group that looked like the student council appeared. The girl in front shouted, come out, we know you are in there. Kim Ho thought, disciplinary committee already. Shin Byung-chul scratched his head sheepishly and stepped out to face them. These early admission first-year students were given authority to maintain order around the academy, even on this train. The girl leading them looked furious, return what is not yours. Before Shin could retort, he got zapped with electricity, screaming in pain. Kim Ho looked at the girl and thought, lightning mage, rare. He considered copying her skill just in case. But Shin, fearless as ever, kept talking tough. Who is the bad one here? I suck at close combat. The snack in Kim Ho's hand suddenly fell. The girl with gloves clenched her fists, determined to teach him a lesson, still not giving up. Then I will take you down. Snap! A bolt of lightning formed into a bird and shot straight at Shin. He raised his arms to block, bracing for impact. Unexpectedly, a hand reached out and grabbed the lightning bird, dispelling it in an instant completely unharmed. The disciplinary committee girl stood stunned, even Copper Shield. Kim Ho stepped forward, pointed at the fallen snack on the floor, and said calmly, not really. You made me drop my snack. The girl's jaw dropped. System notification, you have learned supportive magic, Hummingbird. At that exact moment, Kim Ho spoke up, his voice laced with irritation and regret. You guys made me drop my snack, it was delicious, and now you have gone and pissed me off. Seo Yane glared at him and fired back without backing down an inch. False accusations, if you do not step aside while we are still being nice, do not complain later why the sea is salty. Go Yun-woo instantly cut in, his hand lightly touching his sword hilt, eyes turning sharp and cold. Please watch your words. If you draw your weapon, I won't just sit here quietly. The air instantly turned as taut as a bowstring. Both sides faced off, sparks flying from their glares, ready to explode at any second. The stifling tension hung heavy until Song Chun-hai's calm yet authoritative voice cut through like a fire extinguisher. Wait, we will give him a dessert coupon for the academy cafeteria. That okay? Kim Ho nodded, satisfied. Deal. Shin Byung-chul, standing off to the side, muttered discontentedly. What about me? Kim Ho answered without hesitation, completely deadpan. Handle it yourself. A glint flashed in his eyes as the system chimed in his head. Skill copied, Hummingbird E. Trait copied, Elemental Resistance S. He smirked. Thanks for the skill. Song Chun-hai was not about to let it slide and immediately accused him. You stole a station employee's wig, that is going way too far. Kim Ho gave a helpless shrug, thinking, yeah, that kid really deserves a beating. Before leaving, she did not forget to warn him sternly. My advice, stay away from Shin Byung-chul. He waved casually, voice light but confident. I will decide that myself. Have a nice day at work. Seo Yane turned back, snorted coldly, eyes sharp as knives. I have memorized your face. The moment the door closed, Go Yun-woo could not hide his excitement and shouted. That was the real disciplinary committee. Shin Byung-chul immediately chimed in, voice buzzing with enthusiasm. Yep, the elite of the elite, the one who zapped me with Hummingbird was Song Chun-hai. Kim Ho raised an eyebrow, genuinely surprised. The song from the Topaz Mage family. Shin Byung-chul nodded vigorously, eyes shining. Exactly, Song Chun-hai, granddaughter of the Thunder Emperor Song Hung-wook. He continued like he was reciting a pantheon of legends. The other three are not pushovers either. Zhou Byuk is the disciple of the Fist King, Han So Mi is the Sword Queen's protege, and the sole heir of the Golden Lotus Pavilion. Jiamyo Han, even if he is not quite on the same level as the others, still. Before he could finish, Shin Byung-chul suddenly bolted for the door, laughing loudly. Had fun hanging with you guys, say hi next time, bye-bye. Go Yun-woo sighed in admiration. What an energetic fellow. He turned to Kim Ho, curiosity burning. Kim Hung, did you really step in just because of the snack? Kim Ho shrugged nonchalantly. It is a rare lightning mage. I was curious, that is all. Go Yun-woo's eyes widened. Wait, you just blocked a direct hit from Lady Song. Kim Ho laughed and turned the question back. How well do you know the hummingbird spell? Go Yun-woo thought carefully. This was the first time I have seen it. It was so fast the eye could barely follow. Kim Ho nodded approvingly. Half right. Seo Yane, standing beside them, jumped in during the pause. What about the other half? Kim Ho looked up, eyes gleaming, and began explaining like a professor. It is called hummingbird because it mimics a hummingbird's flight, fast and unpredictable. The effectiveness depends entirely on the caster's skill. You can judge their proficiency just by watching the bird's movement. He gave an example, dead serious. If Song Chun-hai were truly experienced, the moment I interfered, the hummingbird would have instantly changed direction, but it flew straight into my hand. That means she still lacks control or real combat experience. Go Yun-woo's brows shot up. All that from just one move. Kim Ho smiled faintly. And there is more. She turned an E-rank spell into something closer to D-rank power, probably thanks to a strong trait or a massive mana pool. As expected from the Thunder Emperor's granddaughter. Gotta add her to the recruitment list. Go Yun-woo went silent for a second, then burst into hearty laughter. We just met and I have already learned so much, this must be fate. Kim Ho could not help laughing. Fate's a bit much, just ask and I will teach. Go Yun-woo immediately clasped his fists and bowed slightly, voice full of respect. I am in your debt, you are truly generous, Hung. If you ever need help, just say the word, I will give everything I have got. Kim Ho nodded, but instead of a normal thanks, he said. Really, then follow me for a sec. Oh, first, can I borrow 1 silver coin? Go Yun-woo blinked in confusion but handed over the coin anyway. Kim Ho pulled back an old curtain, revealing a broken-looking gambling machine. Before Go Yun-woo could ask, he explained. This train used to be a luxury cruiser. This area was a casino. It is a little messy now. Go Yun-woo looked puzzled. But is not that thing broken? Kim Ho answered casually. Probably. Yet the moment he inserted the coin, the machine whirred to life. Even Kim Ho looked slightly surprised. Huh. Well. His eyes lit up. Hidden event, this slot machine looks busted, but. He yanked the lever. The reel spun and clunk, a bottle of water dropped out. Kim Ho put on a deadpan face. Welp, was not expecting much anyway. Go Yun-woo asked curiously, why'd you come here then? Kim Ho hesitated, then answered. Technically, this thing violates school rules. The problem is not using the machine, it is the items that come out. Go Yun-woo grew cautious. So. Can I just watch? Kim Ho chuckled. Sure, no big deal. The disciplinary committee rarely checks this area. They are probably busy elsewhere. But at that exact moment, a familiar voice rang out behind them. Hey, what are you two doing here? Han So Mi, first-year disciplinary committee member, stepped forward, eyes sharp as blades. Kim Ho tilted his head and thought, speak of the devil. Han So Mi spoke sternly. Students are not allowed to touch this, Kim Ho. That is against the rules. He replied calmly. Can you stall for time? Go Yun-woo, face tense, added. I will try. I want to test a few things too. Han So Mi stared them down, voice slow and menacing. Helping someone break the rules counts as breaking them too, you know that, right? Go Yun-woo clasped his fists, took a deep breath, and declared. This is my choice. The words barely left his mouth before he drew his sword in a flash. I have heard Lady Han So Mi learned swordsmanship from the Sword Queen herself. May I have the honor of witnessing your skill? Han So Mi's lips curled slightly. Your name? Go Yun-woo, at your service. At that, Han So Mi charged. Her Mengchung staff swung down like a storm. Go Yun-woo blocked instantly, his blade pushing her back a step. She regained balance in a heartbeat and attacked again without hesitation, staff whipping through the air like a hurricane. Kim Ho observed and muttered. In terms of internal energy, he is weaker. His core is still underdeveloped. But he did not give up on the kid, still tons of potential. System, amply using amplification. Target's core trait upgraded from E right pointing arrow C. Duration, 8 seconds. Cooldown, 59 seconds. Kim Ho whispered. Hold her for 1 minute. Staff and sword clashed, sparks flying everywhere. System, duration 19 seconds. 0 seconds. Kim Ho clenched another silver coin, eyes darting to the slot machine. 14 seconds left. He quickly calculated, this machine has a hidden jackpot lock. Starting from the 5th spin, with just 5 silver coins, the highest prize is guaranteed on the 6th spin. He held up the shiny coin like it was treasure. Got one more borrowed coin. The coin slid in. He stood tense, counting silently. 6th spin 100% jackpot. The machine vibrated lightly ding, a C-rank dark ice crystal dropped out, radiating bone-chilling cold. System warning, handle with extreme care. This item can be lethal. Kim Ho could not hide his excitement. Got it. But right then, Han So-mi broke free and charged straight at him. Go Yun-woo dashed forward, his sword now snapped in half. Not done yet. Amplification effect ended. Kim Ho instantly chugged the potion from the crystal. Han So-mi screamed in horror. Hey, you are drinking that. System, status effect applied, frozen. Kim Ho clutched his throat, coughing, then casually shook the empty vial. Totally fine. Han So-mi and Go Yun-woo yelled in unison. Huh. They stammered. What the heck was that? Kim Ho answered calmly. Basically an elixir. Drinking it boosts mana. It is the guaranteed 6th spin prize. He continued confidently. To a newbie, dark ice crystal is super lethal poison. One tiny piece turns you into an ice statue. But I am different, I have S-rank elemental resistance. He glanced sideways, eyes gleaming with calculation. Once the frost element is neutralized, the pure energy inside the crystal surges through my body. Go Yun-woo suddenly asked. Lady Han So-mi, everything okay? She hesitated. Not exactly. Kim Ho cut in. She saw everything. Only an idiot would believe that act. Go Yun-woo burst out laughing. Done, as long as Kim Hung's happy, I am happy, thanks to you. I got to spar with Lady Han So-mi and even scored some good stuff. Kim Ho grinned back just as enthusiastically. You helped me plenty and lent me a silver coin. Go Yun-woo suddenly asked. If it is not too much trouble, could I see that technique again sometime? Kim Ho dodged with a light smile. Next time. It is on cooldown, and I can't reveal all my cards yet. 1 hour cooldown left, can't show it yet. Go Yun-woo nodded understandingly. Got it. A technique that's strong must have restrictions. Kim Ho replied. The day's still long. I am sure we will need it again. The scenery shifted as the train approached a distant island. Excited shouts rose from the crowd. We're almost there. Dungeon Island, the train's final stop, was named after the countless dungeons that once riddled the place. Long ago, it was a lawless land crawling with criminals. Then one day, the first Dragon Slayer hero arrived. He purged the criminals, conquered every dungeon, built a city, and founded Dragon Slayer Academy. Amid the peaceful scenery, voices rang out. First years this way, first years over here. Another shout. Don't go that way, stay away from the seniors. Go Yun-woo laughed excitedly like a kid on festival day. Suddenly, Nari's cat scratched a female student, who screamed. Kya, someone hold it. Kim Ho sighed helplessly. It really is crowded. As the group watched the commotion, Song Chun-hai's voice suddenly cut through, stern and commanding. Excuse me. Please come with us for a moment. Inside the disciplinary committee's interrogation room, Song Chun-hai declared loudly. Sit. The room was cold and oppressive, the infamous room of truth. Anyone who entered left as a changed person. Oh Se-hun's voice rang out in the sealed, frigid room, colder than the air itself, as if it pierced every shadow. I heard you consumed something that came out of the slot machine. Looks like there is no issue. The scanner did not pick up anything. Kim Ho smirked faintly, a triumphant glint in his eyes. Of course. The freeze effect wore off ages ago. He cautiously offered his own confident guess. Seems it was not a prohibited item. Oh Se-hun stopped in front of the desk, eyes narrowing like blades. But listen, Kim Ho. I do not know if you are aware, but resisting the disciplinary committee's orders is punishable. His voice dropped, carrying invisible pressure. Oh Se-hun, 3rd year, head of the disciplinary committee at Dragon Slayer Academy. Yet immediately after, his tone softened, his expression gentler, as if trying to ease the mood. Since no one was hurt and this is your first offense, you won't be held accountable. But I hope this is the last time I see you in here. Kim Ho slowly stood, nodding. Yes, sir. Oh Se-hun continued politely, voice light yet still stern. Then you are free to go. Have a good semester. Kim Ho bowed respectfully. Yes, sir. He turned and left the room, steps light but unable to hide a hint of smugness. Oh Se-hun sipped his tea, eyes drifting over the steaming cup. You really do not like that kid, do you, Chun-hai? Chun-hai clenched her sleeves, anger blazing in her eyes. Everything about him screamed suspicious. She launched into a tirade, voice brimming with determination. If the goal was not a banned item, there was no reason to use that machine at all. No reason to destroy all evidence on the spot. She frowned, emphasizing every word. High chance he obtained an illegal skill. One appraisal and we would nail him. In stark contrast to Chun-hai's fire, Oh Se-hun remained indifferent, taking another sip of tea. Maybe. His voice lowered, eyes sharp as if seeing through everything. But what if we find nothing, if we go as far as appraisal and come up empty? What then? Faced with his iron logic, Chun-hai faltered, eyes flickering with regret. I am sorry. I got ahead of myself. She bowed deeply, voice noticeably smaller. Oh Se-hun smiled gently. Chun-hai, I know you are passionate, but in situations like this, we need patience and perspective. A brief silence passed before she turned with a kind smile. All right, get back to work before you are late for the entrance ceremony. Scene shift to the classroom. Kim Ho walked in, scanning the packed room. Thanks for saving me a seat, he said to Go Yun-woo, voice casual but satisfied. System screen flashed. Tutorial 3 complete. Attend the entrance ceremony on time. Rewards, E-rank weapon selection ticket, 5 silver coins. He glanced at the virtual panel and smiled faintly. An E-rank weapon is better than nothing. And I got exactly the silver I spent on the slot machine back. At the plaza, students crowded together, buzzing with chatter. Some shouted suspiciously. That is the principal, he does not look the part at all. Another whispered in awe. I heard he once led a dragon slaying squad. Normally, the principal of Dragon Slayer Academy was a retired hero, the title granted to only one among countless S ranks. He may not look it, but that old man holds terrifying power, a student murmured in the crowd. Didn't the saint already turn it down 4 times? 5. He just rejected it again. Kim Ho chuckled under his breath. Oi! The principal cleared his throat twice, voice booming across the plaza, deep and commanding. Welcome, new students, we sincerely congratulate you on entering Dragon Slayer Academy. He paused, eyes sweeping the crowd. Long ago, this academy was founded as its name suggests to prepare you to fight dragons and become dragon slayers. He paused again, seemingly deciding how long to torture everyone's ears with his speech. The first hero emphasized the word, slay. You must deeply understand what slay truly means. If you have never killed an ogre, you can't call yourself an ogre slayer. He suddenly asked. What is slaying? One who has never killed a dragon cannot be called a dragon slayer. Kim Ho groaned quietly. Dear God, how long is this? The principal rambled on undeterred. Taking life is the destiny and essence of a monster slayer. Do not reject this truth. Instead, ask yourself, why do I wish to slay? Why do I wish to take another creature's life? I hope you find your answer before graduation. He paused, voice dropping. One more thing. A student yelled, and the crowd joined in. Stop already, my head hurts. The principal intentionally or not continued. I hope you all become true heroes at Dragon Slayer Academy, that is all. Go Yun-woo laughed excitedly, eyes shining. What a meaningful speech. Kim Ho glanced at him, bewildered. You did not find that boring. Go Yun-woo nodded reverently. Boring, every word was priceless wisdom. My master used to preach stuff like that every day. Kim Ho broke into a cold sweat. Every day. Suddenly, a female instructor with eyes sharp enough to sharpen pencils stepped onto the stage. Attention, the banned items list has been updated this year. Possession will result in disciplinary action and confiscation. Her voice slowed menacingly. Unless otherwise notified, all first years are restricted to the surface floor of the dungeon tower for practical training. Unauthorized descent to lower floors will bring consequences upon your family, magic tower, or guild. Be careful. She peered over her glasses, gaze piercing through thoughts. One moment of curiosity can doom everyone. Know the rules and follow them to avoid punishment. She concluded. Entrance ceremony ends here. Return to your dormitories in time for dinner. A student swallowed hard and muttered. It is finally over, straight to the point at the end. Shin Byung-chul suddenly shouted. Guys, let us go eat. Go Yun-woo's eyes widened. Shin Hung, what happened to your face? He laughed heartily. This, just a little accident. Shin Byung-chul reminded loudly. Eat until you are full. Go Yun-woo asked suspiciously. Why? Shin answered quickly. Tomorrow's the first day of school, a big deal. That night, in the boys' dormitory. Go Yun-woo poked his head out excitedly. Awesome, our rooms are right next to each other. What a coincidence. Kim Ho teased casually. Not that great for me. Go Yun-woo laughed awkwardly. Good night, Kim Hung. Inside his room, Kim Ho tiredly hung up his uniform, sat cross-legged on the bed, and entered meditation. Finally some free time. Gotta form my core. He muttered as a mystical blue light radiated from his body. To use any magic or internal energy skill, one needed a power source that was the core's role. His eyes snapped open, light flashing. First time doing this outside the game, but I know how. I absorbed the ice crystal, so I have enough mana. I can do this. Meanwhile, in Go Yun-woo's room, he meditated intensely, expression serious. Han So Mi is the strongest opponent I have faced since descending the mountain. He recalled the fight, heart still racing. We both held back, but if we went all out, the outcome would be uncertain. Without Kim Ho's help, I would have been defeated the moment my sword broke. Master, that was the word Go Yun-woo used for Kim Ho from their very first meeting. The calm of the strong, eyes that saw through everything. Thinking this, he glanced at his sword and muttered. Should I ask him for help? But the thought vanished instantly. No way, he is my first friend. He returned to meditation, a small smile unconsciously forming. I will do my best on my own first. The next morning, in the temporary classroom, students gathered. Seo Yain walked in, weakly waving. Moaning. Go Yun-woo's eyes lit up. You are here, I was worried you overslept, miss. Kim Ho teased. She definitely overslept. A student looked at the empty podium. Where's the teacher? Another shrugged. No idea. Kim Ho sighed. The bell rang and the teacher's still not here. What kind of homeroom teacher is this irresponsible? Suddenly, a figure flashed by. The class's faces paled. Lee Soo-dok entered, eyes sharp as knives, voice low like a sigh from hell. Judging by your faces, I must be pretty famous. He stopped, scanning the room. Nice to meet you all. I will be your homeroom teacher this year. Name's Lee Soo-dok. He suddenly pointed at a female student. You, what do they call me? Terrified, she answered. See, criminal hunter. Soo-dok immediately rejected. Not the two-word one. She trembled. Butcher. Kim Ho frowned slightly. So it is him. In the world of Dragon Slayer Academy, superhumans who transcended human limits were more numerous than grains of sand. But among them were those who used power for twisted desires. Criminals were inevitable. Lee Soo-dok's job was to hunt and capture them. The nickname Butcher came from the fact that he killed far more criminals than he captured alive. He stared at the students, eyes cold. I did not want to be here either, but I made a promise to the principal. I have never failed a mission. He paused, voice icy. So I hope you do not stain my record. Seriously, I would rather kill you than let you fail. He quickly wrote on the board and got to the point. I will explain grading. Theory exams, 30%. Conduct points, 10%. Just breathe and do not cause trouble. He emphasized. For many of you, that is basically free points. But conduct can go negative and drag everything else down. He paused, eyes sweeping the room. I will be watching the troublemakers. Who knows, maybe we will meet again after graduation. He continued. Most important, practical exams, divided into dungeon conquest clearing floors and sparring fighting each other. Points accumulate. In other words, you have to outperform the person next to you. Su Dok slammed the chalk on the board. Conquest and sparring each 30% of the total. Any questions? No one spoke. He scanned the room. Good. To the arena. Outside, a male and female student were locked in fierce combat, tension thick in the air. Su Dok announced loudly, "Time for the ranking test." Shin Byung-chul shouted excitedly. "Here we go, the big one." Go Yun-woo suddenly realized. "This is what you meant yesterday." Su Dok explained. To keep students ready for any situation, sparring rules change every time. Today's rule, deathmatch. The fight does not end until one side is incapacitated, unable to fight, or surrenders. He stressed. Time limit, 5 minutes. If no winner, it is a draw. Shin Byung-chul added. Everyone fights 3 random opponents. Points per win, Vietnam 300. Go Yun-woo tilted his head toward Kim Ho. What about draws or losses? Kim Ho answered instantly. No points, but no penalty either. Suddenly, the system screen appeared before Kim Ho. Side quest, ranking test. Objective, achieve above average rank. Win at least 1 spar 0/1. Place in top 50% of dungeon conquest. Current rank, unranked. Reward, 1 support skill slot. He calculated carefully. So I just need to win 1 spar and do decently in conquest. But right now, the important thing is. His eyes locked onto Chun Hai, gleaming with intent. The ranking test is the perfect chance to scout other students' abilities. A chance to train future S ranks. Or memorize skills and traits worth copying. Su Dok's voice boomed over the speaker. Kim Ho, Hong Yi and Hwa, get up here. Go Yun-woo immediately cheered. Do your best, Kim Hung. Kim Ho and Hong Yi and Hwa appeared on the stage simultaneously. He cautiously observed his opponent. Ruby Tower, fire magic specialist, renowned for overwhelming firepower and top-tier area control. His number 1 pick in the game. He smiled lightly, voice calm but confident. Sorry, but you are going to have to entertain me for 5 minutes. Hong Yi and Hwa stood in the center of the arena, eyes sharp as she sized up Kim Ho, burning with determination. I need to make a name for myself. To do that, I have to take down someone notable like Kim Ho. She muttered. Never heard of him. Her gaze quickly flicked to his hands. What kind of weapon is that? Even an apprentice mage would laugh at an E-rank Earth Staff. Analysis. E-rank Earth Staff slight boost to Earth magic and defense. Definitely not from Emerald Tower, nor does he look like an Earth mage. So he is just using it for defensive support. She continued calculating. The staff length shows he prioritizes power over mobility. Su Dok counted down loudly. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Hong Yi and Hwa instantly raised her ruby staff high, resolve burning. I will end this in one flash. She unleashed her burst skill. Blazing flames erupted. Students began whispering, did you see that spell? Instant cast. Classic Ruby Tower. But Hong Yi and Hwa's face suddenly changed. System. Hong Yi and Hwa, 100%. Kim Ho, 100%. She could hardly believe her eyes. No way. A mage took it head on. Kim Ho slowly walked toward her, expression calm but radiating invisible pressure that made Hong Yi and Hwa instinctively feel fear. Nothing you can do, she muttered, heart pounding as he closed in step by step. The giant screen flashed. Hong Yi and Hwa versus Kim Ho 100%, 100%. Both fighters were shrouded in thick smoke and dust on the arena floor, tension so thick it could snap. Hong Yi and Hwa frowned, suspicion flashing in her eyes. No effect at all. Is he using dispel magic? She instantly pointed her staff at Kim Ho, raising her other hand to conjure a blazing fire barrier around herself. If that is the case. How about this? Kim Ho watched coldly, eyes cutting straight through her predictable pattern. Dispel won't stop this one. Looking at the barrier now surrounding him, he thought. Let us see how she moves. One opening and I fire. Hong Yi and Hwa noticed something off and muttered suspiciously. What is going on? Kim Ho's utterly relaxed stance made her question herself. Why is he just standing there? His nonchalant attitude felt like mockery, and anger flared inside her. Without hesitation, she unleashed a massive surge from the orb on her staff and shouted. Then try blocking this. A towering pillar of fire erupted, ferocious flames rushing forward and swallowing Kim Ho in an instant. The terrifying power made the audience shudder. Someone gasped. That is Ruby Tower level. Yet Hong Yi-in-hwa's face froze. Through the smoke, she saw Kim Ho still standing tall, completely unscathed after the inferno. He tanked a direct hit from the future master of Ruby Tower and did not even flinch. Her heart pounded. If this keeps up, I will have to use my trump card. At that moment, Kim Ho quietly released a blinding flash of blue light. As it approached, Hong Yi-in-hwa realized it was a hummingbird streaking toward her at terrifying speed. She barely dodged to the side and escaped, but before she could recover, the bird looped around and slammed into her back. She cried out in pain. The giant screen flashed. Status effect applied, paralyzed. Hong Yi-in-hwa collapsed to the floor, electricity crackling around her body. Kim Ho spoke coldly. That is enough. He looked at her with a hint of concern and kindly advised. You should save your ace for later fights. To her, lying there in defeat, those words sounded like pure sarcasm. Look at the bigger picture. The screen declared. Hong Yi-in-hwa defeated, Kim Ho victorious. The crowd erupted in shock. What? Hong Yi-in-hwa lost. How did he not lose a single HP? Who the hell is that guy? Doesn't look like one of the famous geniuses. No info on him. Who is he? Hearing the whispers, Kim Ho inwardly sighed. Got more attention than planned. Gotta be careful now. But before he could catch his breath, the announcer poured cold water on him. Next up, Kim Ho. His face darkened. Again, they are not even giving me a break. The next name was called Song Chun-hai. The students buzzed in surprise. Wait, Song Chun-hai from Topaz Tower. Yeah, the one who joined the disciplinary committee right after enrollment. Song Chun-hai stepped forward, her body glowing with lightning, eyes sharp enough a tactic to crush anything. She carefully put on her gloves, voice brimming with confidence. Getting to fight you is perfect. I have something I need to confirm. Kim Ho stayed silent, calmly meeting her gaze. Then, without hesitation, he turned to the referee and declared. I forfeit. Song Chun-hai blurted. Huh. Teacher Lee Su-deok frowned. Why? Kim Ho scratched the back of his neck, closing one eye casually. I am not in peak condition. Fighting more today would be tough. Lee Su-deok looked puzzled. Wouldn't more points be better? He confirmed. Are you really forfeiting? Kim Ho nodded without hesitation. Yes, sir. Can't push it. He ignored Song Chun-hai's clenched, trembling fists. Seeing no way to stop him, Lee Su-deok relented. Fine. I will count it as a loss. Song Chun-hai immediately sneered, voice dripping with contempt. Pathetic, always ready for battle. She stood tall, declaring loudly. My grandfather always said, never hesitate even in bad situations, and fight to the end to reach the top. Kim Ho flinched inwardly. Grandpa's Thunder Emperor Hung Wook, right, like grandfather, like granddaughter. He could see the Thunder Emperor's unyielding spirit in her. That might work for a battle-hungry hero, but it had nothing to do with him. He turned away, waving lazily, leaving a stunned Song Chun-hai behind. Hey. Yeah, not really my style. You win. She turned with disgust. So disappointing. I must have been an idiot to expect anything from you. Kim Ho suddenly spoke up. Oh, right. She whipped around, snapping. What? He said casually. Didn't you promise me a dessert coupon? Her anger turned into a disbelieving laugh. I am still waiting. Teacher Lee Su-deok cut in. Next Song Chun-hai vs Yang Ji-hong. Yang Ji-hong appeared and burst out laughing, no respect at all. Topaz Tower, perfect. But his laughter died instantly. You ready? Begin. A colossal surge of power shot forward like lightning, slamming straight into Yang Ji-hong. Moments later, the screen showed. Song Chun-hai, 100% Yang Ji-hong, 0%. Song Chun-hai stood coldly in the arena, eyes like blades. Shin Byung-chul asked in shock. She had her eyes on him. Kim Ho replied nonchalantly. Seems like it. Watching the medics carry Yang Ji-hong's limp body away, Shin Byung-chul sighed in relief. Good thing you surrendered before turning into barbecue. Down on the floor, Song Chun-hai shot Kim Ho a murderous glare, looking ready to explode. Shin Byung-chul glanced nervously at him. Did you see that look just now? He continued in awe. As expected from the Thunder Emperor's granddaughter, what an insane opener. Kim Ho smiled satisfied. Alright, now I just need one win. Up in the stands, students whispered in confusion. Who the hell forfeits in the ranking test? Must have been scared of Song Chun-hai. So beating Hong Yi-hwa earlier was just luck, guess he is just a coward after all. Kim Ho heard every word but thought, doesn't matter. Beating Hong Yi-hwa from Ruby Tower is exactly the kind of reputation I want. Teacher Lee Soo-dok's voice boomed again. Next, Song Chun-hai. Shin Byung-chul checked his notebook in surprise. Whoa, back to back, who is the unlucky one? Song Chun-hai, fully equipped, stepped out at the call. Seo Yain appeared next, making Shin Byung-chul gasp. Wait, Royal Guard, this is wild. He turned to Kim Ho. You have noticed her too, right? I only just found out. Murmurs rose from the stands at Song Chun-hai's cold expression. This is gonna be good. Royal Guards are natural counters to mages. Song Chun-hai could actually lose. Kim Ho's eyes gleamed as he countered. Who knows, let us watch. Shin Byung-chul objected. No way, a safety-first Royal Guard can't lose. Kim Ho raised his hand. Wanna bet? 5 silver. Shin Byung-chul instantly agreed. Screen. Song Chun-hai, 100%. Seo Yain, 100%. Below, Song Chun-hai's sharp gaze met Seo Yain's calm one. Begin. Seo Yain immediately opened fire, bullets raining down effortlessly. But with a single move, Song Chun-hai stopped every bullet mid-air, inches from her body. Shin Byung-chul groaned from the stands. Huh. Blocked. Kim Ho remained calm, thinking. As expected. Watching Song Chun-hai's attack, he easily gauged that her mana pool was far larger. Her E-rank hummingbird performed like a D-rank. Across the field, Seo Yain kept firing relentlessly. She deftly dodged 2 surprise attacks from Song Chun-hai. But suddenly, Song Chun-hai twisted her finger, a hummingbird shot towards Seo Yain. Too fast to react, it grazed her cheek, leaving a brutal wound. Song Chun-hai's lightning paralyzed Seo Yain's body. Shin Byung-chul, scribbling notes, sighed. Damn, if that had landed clean, the fight would be over. Kim Ho shook his head, analyzing. She dodged, but her movement slowed. Look at Song Chun-hai's calm face after one shock, the next one is guaranteed to hit. But right then, Seo Yain swiftly pulled something from her hip and hurled it. A smoke bomb flew, exploding into thick clouds. Kim Ho blurted. Smoke bomb. Shin Byung-chul scribbled excitedly. Perfect, a normal smoke bomb would have been blocked. As Song Chun-hai panicked, he cheered. Now the tide's turned, this is where Royal Guards shine. Dense smoke blanketed the arena. While Song Chun-hai stood confused, a powerful blow suddenly struck her back, sending her staggering. Looking at the protective shield that had appeared behind her back, Song Chun-hai gritted her teeth. TCH, I blocked it with the shield, but the impact still knocked me off balance. She scanned her surroundings, eyes sharp. If this keeps up, I am in danger. Up in the stands, Shin Byung-chul excitedly shouted. That girl must be loaded, a first year with an invisibility cloak. His eyes were drawn to Seo Yain's gun, switching to a sniper rifle. Smart move. A bullet whizzed past, but Song Chun-hai dodged just in time. She spun around only to see Seo Yain had vanished into the smoke again. Giant screen. Song Chun-hai, 85%. Seo Yain, 88%. Time remaining, 2 minutes 13 seconds. Song Chun-hai strained her eyes, watching for any movement, reminding herself. I can't just stay on defense forever. At that moment, Seo Yain silently aimed at her back. A bullet flew straight towards Song Chun-hai's head, but a mana shield blocked it at the last second. She thought. I have to predict the mana bullet's trajectory. Another bullet hit the shield. She muttered. Now. She whipped around, eyes locking onto Seo Yain's position. An attack shot out. Seo Yain leapt into the air to evade. Song Chun-hai smirked, confidence restored. Found you. Seeing the lightning streak towards Seo Yain's neck, she taunted. Can't dodge this one. The current coursed through Seo Yain's body, stiffening her muscles. She cried out in pain. System screen. Song Chun Hai, 85% Seo Yane, 68%. Time remaining, 0. On the arena floor, Seo Yane was officially defeated as the smoke slowly cleared. Kim Ho casually remarked. No surprise there. Shin Byung-chul beside him grabbed his head in disbelief. She actually lost. Watching Song Chun Hai's triumphant stance, Kim Ho thought. No first year can match her right now. Screen, Song Chun Hai victorious, Seo Yane defeated. Kim Ho's gaze shifted to Seo Yane. She slowly stood, eyes still defiant. Holding her own against Song Chun Hai is already impressive. Shin Byung-chul dropped 5 silver coins into Kim Ho's hand. Here, as promised. But he immediately grinned. Wait, best of 3, real men go 3 rounds. Kim Ho frowned. Addicted to gambling already, 1 round was enough. Shin Byung-chul pointed excitedly at the arena. Look over there, you might change your mind. Go Yun-woo's next opponent was a massive, imposing man. Shin Byung-chul introduced. Disciple of the Fist King Jo Byuk. He turned to Kim Ho. Who are you betting on? Kim Ho thought for a moment, then answered slowly. Let us see. Probably the Fist King's disciple. Shin Byung-chul laughed loudly. Then I am taking the other side, so ruthless to your own teammate. Kim Ho stayed expressionless. I am just telling the truth. I never said Go Yun-woo would lose. Shin Byung-chul blinked. Huh, then what do you mean? Kim Ho smiled faintly. Just watch. Go Yun-woo glanced up at the stands and noticed Kim Ho watching. He drew the sword at his waist, resolve burning. I had to give my absolute best. But his opponent was no joke. Jo Byuk spoke in a low voice. Why not draw the sword on your back? Go Yun-woo replied firmly. Unfortunately, it is not time yet. Jo Byuk repeated coldly. Unfortunately. He stared intensely, voice challenging. I won't hold back. Go Yun-woo lowered his voice. I do not want you to. Screen. Go Yun-woo, 100% Jo Byuk, 100%. Begin. Jo Byuk charged, unleashing a flurry of punches like a storm. Go Yun-woo's eyes widened in awe. As expected from the Fist King's disciple, no wasted movement. A punch came flying. He was sent backward, body weightless. He gritted his teeth. Even after cushioning the impact, I was still pushed this far, basic moves won't work. Seeing Jo Byuk barreling toward him like a living punching bag, an idea flashed. Fine then. Go Yun-woo lightly brushed his blade. I will end it with one clear stream strike. 2 opposing forces collided, the air shaking. Jo Byuk passed by Go Yun-woo's sword shattered, fragments scattering everywhere. He sighed in disappointment. It seems I can't continue. I surrender. Jo Byuk touched the torn part of his sleeve, ice cold. I will look forward to the next time. Result: Go Yun-woo defeated, Jo Byuk victorious. Kim Ho muttered. Just as I thought the iron sword could not hold. He recalled a memory. I suspected it back on the train. He really treats an iron sword like a disposable item. Shin Byung-chul clutched his head in disbelief. No way, you predicted this too. A quiet hand landed on his shoulder. Kim Ho smiled kindly. You flatter me. Shin Byung-chul groaned sheepishly. I am broke now. Kim Ho shrugged. Doesn't have to be money. Shin's eyes lit up. Really, then what? Kim Ho answered. Trade information. At that moment, teacher Lee Soo-dok's voice boomed from outside. After lunch we continue with the dungeon conquest test. Gather at the dungeon tower, no tardiness, dismissed. On the lush green lawn, students rested after the grueling fights. Some sat awkwardly together, can't wait for the conquest. Others savored their food. Whoa, this is delicious. Kim Ho's group relaxed casually. Shin Byung-chul chewed noisily. Nyoam. So what do you want to know? Kim Ho grimaced. Finish chewing first, disgusting. Once done, Shin Byung-chul asked properly. Sorry, what info do you need? Kim Ho. Tell me about the key figures of the 4 major factions. Shin immediately agreed. No problem, it is all public anyway. The 4 main factions in the Dragon Slayer Academy Disciplinary Committee. Martial Alliance, led by Moying Yun Sung, grandson of the Sword Sovereign. Magic Association, led by Moying Run, heir to the Ruby Tower Master. Guild Federation, led by Hong Yian Hua. Night Order, led by Park Na-ri, the girl who always has a cat on her shoulder, a promising member hiding her true strength. And finally Lee Seong-hun, son of the great swordsman, representing the Night Order. Kim Ho nodded, impressed. Not bad. Shin Byung-chul suddenly looked around. Where'd Go Yun-woo go? He checked his phone and panicked. Club president, I totally forgot. He dashed off, waving. Gotta run, sorry. Kim Ho muttered. So rushed. Now only he and Seo Yain remained. The air suddenly grew heavy. Watching her quietly nibble her sandwich, Kim Ho thought. Maybe because she is the first person I connected with in this world, I can't just let her stay down. He spoke up. Hey, about the snack I dropped on the train yesterday. He checked the system. Song Chun-hai had already sent the dessert coupon. Since those were yours originally, I will share with you. He brought over a blueberry cake, smiling warmly. Eat with me. Seo Yain whispered. Thank you. Mid-bite, she suddenly said. Hey. Kim Ho tilted his head. Crumbs still on her lips, she asked seriously. Do you think I lost to Song Chun-hai? Kim Ho exhaled. Normal mana bullets can't pierce a proper mana shield. The one with the bigger mana pool naturally has the advantage. Seeing her confused face, he pulled out a bullet. But reinforced mana bullets are a different story. Seo Yain blinked. Imbuement, why have I never done that? Kim Ho froze. Wait, you are telling me you have never tried? She answered. Never. His next question left her stunned. Then. How have you been making mana bullets all this time? Kim Ho asked in shock. You have never created mana bullets before. Seo Yain answered without hesitation. Yep, never. Kim Ho froze, staring at her with wide eyes full of disbelief. A genius, mana bullets are supposed to be the basic skill for every royal guard. Looking at her innocent face, countless questions flooded his mind. So she has been fighting purely on instinct this whole time, and she still gave Song Chun-hai a hard time without even knowing how to refine mana. He racked his brain, then spoke sincerely. If you do not mind, let me see your skill. Seo Yain nodded. Okay. Kim Ho flashed a confident smile and encouraged her. Learning to refine mana and proper skills will make everything so much easier. The bell suddenly rang, cutting the conversation short. Teacher Lee Soo-dok's voice echoed. Time for the ranking test. At the dungeon hall, Teacher Lee Soo-dok stood in front of 3 gates, eyes sharp. Everyone's here. I will explain the dungeon challenge. He looked sternly at the lined-up students, voice deep. The test will take place inside these gates, Path of Mist. Time limit, 10 minutes, scoring based on fixed zones. He paused for emphasis. This dungeon has 2 special rules. First, scoring, you earn points based on the number of monsters defeated in 10 minutes. Kill as many as possible. Second, fixed zones lock your rank. Equipment, skills, and traits are all locked at E rank. Teacher Lee Soo-dok warned, eyes like knives. Don't forget your cores will also drop to E rank. Be careful. He added coldly. If you are careless or can't manage your mana, you will regret it. The first students to finish collapsed on the ground, groaning and trembling. Kim Ho watched the scene and thought, for real, they are moaning this much, what a disaster. Teacher Lee Soo-dok glanced aside and muttered. Only a few are even worth mentioning. In one corner, Han So-mi's group had scored an impressive 928 points, ranking second, top 20%. Seeing how few passed, the teacher sighed inwardly. Only 2 decent ones, already giving me a headache. He called out, slightly deflated. Next group. 2 names were announced. Seo Yain, Kim Ho. Kim Ho quickly grabbed her arm. Wait, Seo Yain, for this challenge, use your rifle. Seo Yain nodded obediently without hesitation. Okay. From afar, Song Chun-hai shot them a bullet like glare. Kim Ho gently reminded. If mana control gets too hard, just aim for the head when enemies get close. She replied casually. Got it. Song Chun-hai frowned inwardly. He does not even use a gun, what is he advising her for? Kim Ho waved before entering the gate. See you later. Inside the fixed zone, he surveyed the surroundings and muttered. Mist forest, been a while. He adjusted his skill levels, traits, and equipment, tapping the system screen. Where am I? Let us get started. At the same time, the test screen displayed. Time remaining, 10 minutes. A blue beast charged straight at him. The timer beeped. Begin. Time remaining, 9 minutes 59 seconds. The monster bit into a tree root in front of him. Kim Ho swung his sword in a perfect arc, sending it flying. In the mist forest, monsters spawned randomly upon entry. He scanned constantly, tracking the slightest movement. Still, there were familiar patterns. Spotting the position where a goblin appeared, he calculated. Pattern C. Without hesitation, Kim Ho thrust his dagger in a precise direction. The next monster appeared exactly as predicted, the blade piercing straight into its eye socket. The beast collapsed with a loud thud. He exhaled, confident. No need for a staff anymore. One hand on an axe, the other holding a dagger, he muttered. Weapons are lying around everywhere. Borrowing from orcs and goblins works just fine. Kim Ho headed toward the monster gathering spot, treating the test like a game. Time to rack up points. Roars echoed. Blood sprayed, staining the quiet forest red. Moments later, the monsters stared at him in fear. Screen. Time remaining, 7 minutes 2 seconds. Having located them, Kim Ho thought. 2 dogs on the edge. Easy, can't let them record me. He threw the dagger at the dogs, swiped the system screen, and muttered. Almost forgot, if they record my movement and hunting style, it will cause misunderstandings. Gotta delete it. Looking at the screen, he sighed. 683 points in 3 minutes. Killed a ton. He tapped the screen. Side quest complete. Objective. Achieve above average rank in the test. Win at least 1 spar, 1 per 1. Rank in top 50% of dungeon challenge. Current rank, unrecorded. Reward, +1 copy slot. He thought. Any higher and I will draw too much attention. Good enough, time to leave. Stepping out, he found Seo Yane in a pitiful state. Result. Seo Yane, 781 points, top 21%. Kim Ho approached, concerned. You okay? She sighed heavily. Exhausted. Ignoring teacher Lee Soo-dok's gaze, he continued. Tired, your score was not bad. Teacher Lee Soo-dok frowned inwardly. Didn't this kid forfeit the sparring test, and he did not even stay the full 10 minutes? Planning to drop out early. But seeing Kim Ho's result, he was stunned. Average rank with that many points in such a short time. His eyes changed as he muttered. Kim Ho. I need to look into him. He called the next name. Go Yun Woo. Kim Ho reminded. Be careful. Go Yun Woo turned back confidently. I will be quick. Looking at the top 3 leaderboard, Kim Ho thought. Lee Seong-hun, son of the great swordsman. Current scores. Lee Seong-hun, 951 points, first. Han So-mi, 928 points, second. Mo Ying-jun, 903 points, third. Mo Ying-jun is the sword sovereign's grandson, right? Teacher Lee Soo-dok compared inwardly. If top-tier rivals are around Han So-mi's level, then Go Yun Woo is something else. Soon, the rankings updated. Teacher Lee Soo-dok exclaimed inwardly. New leaderboard. Go Yun Woo, 1023 points, first. Lee Seong-hun, 951 points, second. Han So-mi, 928 points, third. Mo Ying-jun, 903 points, fourth. First place for real. Whispers spread. That is the guy from their group, no wonder he fought so well earlier. Over 1,000 points is actually possible. Kim Ho approached, beaming. Great job. Go Yun Woo replied politely. It is all thanks to you, Kim Hung. He extended his hand respectfully. I rested after the sparring test and scored high thanks to your help. Kim Ho waved it off shyly. You are giving me too much credit. But someone behind jealously sneered. What is with that guy, clinging to the top rank like a coward? Another chimed in. Didn't he forfeit the sparring test? Go Yun Woo heard and shouted angrily. Hey! Kim Ho quickly stopped him. It is fine, let it go. Go Yun Woo grumbled. But Kim Hung. Kim Ho reassured. I said it is okay. Go Yun Woo sighed, lowering his voice. Fine. If that is what you want. Kim Ho asked. All done. Go Yun Woo glanced at the board. I still do not see Lady Chun Hai's result. Looking at the silent gate, Kim Ho blinked. Still not out. Inside the dungeon, Song Chun Hai was surrounded by a horde of monsters. She swung her sword confidently. This is nothing. Suddenly, she flinched. What? Seeing the monsters only mildly annoyed, she was shocked. I knew power would drop, but it is just slightly slower, not this week. Kim Ho's advice to Seo Yane echoed in her mind. If mana control gets too hard, just aim for the head when enemies get close. She clenched her fist. Annoying, why is his advice stuck in my head? With her skills restricted, wide area attacks were useless. She followed Kim Ho's advice and struck critically. Fine, focus on one point. Thunder Rune one-hit kill. She swung, monsters collapsed. Stepping out, her result appeared. Song Chun Hai, 571 points, top 47%. Seeing the terrible score, she blushed. Why did it have to show right away? So embarrassing. Teacher Lee Su-dok announced. Ranking test ends here. Results will be posted tomorrow. Rest well, do not end up at the bottom. He turned and left decisively. Scene shift to a room. A cheerful voice greeted. Yes, come in. Then startled. Huh, Teacher Lee Su-dok, why are you here? Teacher Lee Su-dok leaned on the desk, voice firm. I want to see Kim Ho's dungeon challenge footage from class 1-3. The staff member was surprised. Oh, interested in a student, that is rare. Lee Su-dok lowered his voice, expression serious. No time for chit-chat. Show me the recording. The supervisor nervously replied. Right, let me check. Looking at the screen, he sighed. Kim Ho's replay was not saved, so he can't view it. Lee Su-dok asked expectantly. What about the dungeon logs? The supervisor hesitated. That would be in the access logs. Lee Su-dok muttered in shock. Just as I thought, that kid Kim Ho deliberately deleted the recording in the mist forest. Looking at the leaderboard, teacher Lee Su-dok grew suspicious. At that speed, he could easily hit 2,000 points in 10 minutes. Kim Ho. Mist Forest 638 points, top 38%. He muttered. Why is he hiding his strength? He calculated anxiously. In Dragon Slayer Academy, the more allies you have, the more enemies you attract. Dragon vassals, cultists of evil gods. If any of them have infiltrated the academy, we need countermeasures ready now. The staff member beside him noticed the odd mood and asked, should we report this to the principal? Lee Su-dok hesitated for a moment, then firmly answered. No. For now, just observe. If the information leaks without solid proof, they will only hide deeper. He turned away, eyes still glued to Kim Ho's profile on the screen. If he really is a threat, he will bare his fangs soon enough. Watch him for now. On the screen, Kim Ho's photo stared back sharp, mysterious eyes. At the Dragon Slayer Academy cafeteria, Kim Ho walked up to the counter and called out. 1 coffee, please. Hearing that, Go Yun Woo immediately jumped in excitedly. I would like to try this thing called coffee too. Seo Yane, looking drained, muttered. I am heading back first. Seeing how exhausted she was, Kim Ho did not stop her. Alright, we will hang out here a bit longer. Setting his coffee down, he turned to Go Yun Woo. Let us check the handbook we got at the end of class. Go Yun Woo's eyes lit up. Oh, that thin booklet. Looking at the pages, he scratched his head sheepishly. I do not understand half of what is written here. Kim Ho encouraged warmly. That is exactly why we are having coffee. Let us go over today's important stuff. He gently reminded. First, look at your student ID. It read, Go Yun Woo, Class 1-3 usable points, 3069. Go Yun Woo gasped. Whoa, this number was not here before. Kim Ho explained clearly. That is your spendable points, the currency used inside Dragon Slayer Academy. He flipped to a page and pointed. You normally earn them from dungeon conquests like today. You can spend them on items or facilities. He tossed the booklet onto the table, tone serious. Now, there is one thing that matters most. Did you see the recording notice right before leaving the dungeon? Go Yun Woo jolted. Yeah, I did. Kim Ho grinned. Right now, you can buy other people's replays. His screen flashed. Item purchased 100 points deducted. A glowing orb appeared. Go Yun Woo recognized it instantly. This is Han So Mi's conquest run. Kim Ho's voice dropped. Since you took first place, tons of people are probably buying your replay right now. Just then, notifications spammed non-stop. Go Yun Woo. Dungeon Conquest. 1023 points. Replay sold. 100, 100, 100. Seeing the numbers climb endlessly, Go Yun-woo exclaimed. It really keeps going up. But he suddenly frowned. Wait, this is not good, having my replay sold like this. Kim Ho sighed and nodded. Yeah. People will dissect every tiny weakness to counter you later. He exhaled in relief and reassured. Lucky this was solo, so you could aim for the top. But in direct PvP, including mana battles, a weak core gets exposed instantly. He raised his voice, explaining. Still, the risk is worth it. We can use those points to access the special mana training room at the training center. An image flashed in his mind, a body radiating dense mana. The most important facility is the special mana room. The mana there is far denser, so internal energy grows insanely fast. Go Yun-woo shot to his feet, eyes blazing. There is a place like that. Kim Ho answered without hesitation. Of course, but you need qualifications to enter. Go Yun-woo's excitement dimmed a little. That probably costs a ton of points. Kim Ho nodded. Yep, 500 points per 6 hours. Go Yun-woo slumped back down, scratching his head. If I go every day. Kim Ho finished. You will be broke in no time. Go Yun-woo looked up. Is there another way? Kim Ho's eyes sparkled with an idea. There is a season pass. He explained. Only given to the leader of each faction. To get one, you have to take Mo Ying-jun's spot in the Night Order. Hearing the name, Go Yun-woo faltered. I do not think I am ready yet. He whispered. For now, saving points seems safest. Kim Ho's gaze sharpened. I will get the season pass for you if you promise to return the favor. Go Yun-woo asked curiously. What do you want from me? Kim Ho looked him dead in the eye. Come with me deep into the dungeon and level up together. Go Yun-woo clenched his fists, Kim Ho's voice echoing. But thinking back to the Mist Forest today, I hesitated a bit. Depending on the situation, this could be life-threatening. Still want to go. Go Yun-woo declared loudly, full of resolve. A martial artist must always seek to grow stronger. You have already drawn the path for me. He thumped his chest. I can't refuse my benefactor. Of course I accept. Seeing his determination, Kim Ho smiled. Perfect. Then do not hold back, burn those points, camp in the special room. I will get you the season pass within 2 weeks. Go Yun-woo grinned. 2 weeks works, I will wait. Kim Ho thought. While Go Yun-woo levels up, I will trade for gear. At workshop number 4, Kim Ho gently pushed the door open. Excuse me. A figure hunched over workbenches called out. Who is there? Kim Ho smiled awkwardly and stepped in. Hi, I am interested in the Magical Engineering Club. The guy kept soldering meticulously. Why did not you start at workshop 1? Kim Ho explained. I did, they told me to start here, at number 4. The guy grumbled, removing his goggles to reveal deep dark circles. Look around and leave. We are busy, do not break anything. Kim Ho bowed politely. Yes, sir. I will be quiet. Watching the expert hand solder, he guessed. Magical engineering skill around B rank. Before leaving, he discreetly reached behind the guy and used copy. Target 1 complete. System, skill added to empty slot, Magical Engineering B. Copied skills, 2/2 Hummingbird E, Magical Engineering B. Kim Ho glanced at the busy craftsman and thought. The next one should be nearby. A satisfied smile spread across his face. He picked up an object and called. Hey, I found this, it looks valuable. The repair guy recognized it. The 10x10 cube. He waved dismissively. Needs absurdly high skill, so no one bothers. It is junk. Kim Ho stared at the cube excitedly. Interesting, if you do not need it, can I have it? Of course I will pay. System, purchased, thermal reaction catalyst 1000 points deducted. Kim Ho happily handed over the trade item. Here you go. The craftsman took it gruffly. Just this once, don't brag to anyone. Kim Ho beamed. Thank you. Behind him, the guy muttered while holding the vial. Sweet, saved 1000 points. Kim Ho thought. He just sold trash for 1000 points. Of course he is happy. Looking at the system screen, he wondered. But is this really junk? Screen. Side quest. The cube beyond the gate. A strange cube found in the Magical Engineering Workshop. Objective. Rank average or higher in the ranking test. Reward. Unlock quest chain. Kim Ho smiled faintly. Quest itself is trash, who'd bother with something this annoying? But the final reward made his eyes light up. S-rank item, Cube of Life. Entering the training center's mana room, he hugged the cube and thought, I have maxed countless S-rank heroes before. I know how to do this without the quest. Screen. Using amplification. Magical engineering B right pointing arrow S. Duration, 59 seconds. Cooldown, 58 minutes 58 seconds. Kim Ho held the cube and began. With each twist. Duration, 47 seconds. He gripped the cube tightly. Duration, 14 seconds. At this rate, 3 days. Later. Amplification ended. Magical engineering S right pointing arrow B. He exhaled. 1 minute passes so fast. Meditating in front of the cube. Skill dropped, can't work the cube anymore. Time to refine my own core. System, using amplification, magical engineering B right pointing arrow S for 1 minute. He placed his hand on the cube. Purple energy swirled on the back of his hand. Must finish the cube of life before Friday. The event triggers on the first Friday. Sunlight pierced the wall. Morning already, time for class. In class, Kim Ho sat down, saw Seo Yane, and greeted. Morning, you are early. She replied flatly, yeah, I woke up early. Noticing the empty seat. Go Yun Woo not here yet. Suddenly, Seo Yane placed a package in front of him. Here, cookies. Kim Ho lit up. Whoa, for me, thanks. Holding one up. Dinosaur cookies, awesome. Go Yun Woo burst in. Kim Hung, Lady Seo, good morning. Munching happily, Kim Ho asked curiously. You are late. How's the special room? Go Yun Woo beamed. My internal energy is growing faster than ever. I feel like I am about to break through. Kim Ho grinned. Perfect, I will get the season pass as soon as possible. Go Yun Woo bowed gratefully. Thank you so much. Seo Yane pouted inwardly. They are not dinosaurs. Teacher Lee Su-dok entered, voice stern. Everyone quiet, take your seats. Standing at the podium, arms crossed, he announced grimly. Before class starts, an announcement. Starting today, we will hold sparring matches in the arena. He explained. Time limit increased to 10 minutes, plan accordingly. Giant screen, arena, random map, deathmatch rules 10 minutes. Teacher Lee Su-dok laid down the law. All first years must complete at least 3 spars this week. Skip them and points will be deducted. You have been warned. Hearing this, Kim Ho instantly understood the intent. He smirked faintly and whispered. So it begins. This sparring round. I am going to win them all. After thinking for a moment, Kim Ho stepped forward, placed a hand on Go Yun Woo's shoulder, and said in a low, confident voice. Let us hit the arena. The first few matches are the most valuable. Go Yun Woo nodded vigorously. All right, let us go. Seo Yane lightly tugged Kim Ho's sleeve, eyes sparkling with anticipation. I am free today. The students behind them froze. Kim Ho did too. Huh, what do you mean? After recovering, he asked curiously. You mean practice making mana bullets like we talked about yesterday, right? Seo Yane slowly nodded. Yeah. He let out a relieved breath and smiled. Got it. I will meet you later. She kept her cool expression and answered curtly. Okay. That afternoon at the arena, Kim Ho and Go Yun Woo walked in. Tension hung thick in the air. From a distance, Yang Ji Hong sneered. You know your friend surrendered before even fighting Lady Song Chun Hai, right? The coward I have heard about lately. Go Yun Woo snapped. You can say that to his face. He was about to continue, but Kim Ho raised a hand to stop him, eyes ice cold. Pathetic. Go Yun Woo blinked in confusion, but Kim Ho ignored Yang Ji Hong completely and asked casually. How many points did you get in the ranking test? Yang Ji Hong puffed up proudly. 300 points. You. But sweat instantly beaded on his forehead as he tried to keep his arrogant act. 300 points. Same as that swordsman freak. You think I am on the same level as a coward like you? At the mention of Song Chun Hai, Kim Ho's eyes lit up. Oh yeah, were not you the one who got instantly wrecked and had to be carried out? Yang Ji Hong forced a smile, veins bulging. What did you say? He growled through clenched teeth. Fine, good thing we have the same points. With haughty pride, he pointed his spear at Kim Ho and declared. Get down here, coward, I will show you the wall you can never climb. A match was instantly set up. Screen, Yang Ji-hong 100% versus Kim Ho 100%. Yang Ji-hong swung his spear arrogantly. One hit is all I need. Kim Ho agreed coldly. Sure, one hit. Referee. Begin. The spear thrust straight at Kim Ho's face. He did not even blink, eyes frigid. He muttered mockingly. Idiot. Fell for it again. Screen, status effect applied, paralyzed. Yang Ji-hong stammered. This is. Kim Ho raised his weapon, voice like ice. Sorry, I am not as generous as Song Chun-hai. One-hit KO is not happening. Yang Ji-hong panicked. Wait. Too late. A blade slashed down. A scream echoed. Giant screen, Yang Ji-hong defeated. Kim Ho victorious. Kim Ho scratched his cheek sheepishly, teasing. Looks like the coward won. Yang Ji-hong roared in frustration. I was careless, rematch. I will win this time. Kim Ho shrugged. Fine, rematch. Screen again, Yang Ji-hong 100% versus Kim Ho 100%. Yang Ji-hong screamed. This time it won't be so easy. Begin. Result unchanged. Yang Ji-hong defeated, Kim Ho victorious. Kim Ho looked at the pitiful sight and asked. No improvement at all. Yang Ji-hong's swollen face turned red with rage, veins popping. Damn it. He looked up and shouted. One more time I will win. Kim Ho yelled back. Cut it out, you lunatic. He turned decisively. I am tired. That is enough for today. Looking at his system screen, he frowned. I still need 3 official spars. Side quest, Week 1 sparring. Objective, complete 3 official spars 0/3. Deadline, Sunday midnight. Reward, scales with wins. He thought, I will just act like I do not need to finish it yet. He suddenly turned to Yang Ji-hong. If you want, I can teach you. He sat down and added seriously. But first tuition. Yang Ji-hong gnashed his teeth. You demon. Still, he decisively handed over a wooden box. This is my family's elixir. Take it. Kim Ho's eyes widened. Nice stuff. He lowered his voice. One more condition, no recording of these matches, and keep your mouth shut about them. Yang Ji-hong nodded obediently. Fine. I do not gain anything if this gets out either. Kim Ho happily took the box. Tuition received. I will keep playing until you are satisfied. A while later. Yang Ji-hong defeated, Kim Ho victorious. Looking at the battered body, Kim Ho nodded. Good enough. Well done. Yang Ji-hong suddenly sat up. Wait, I want to apologize for being rude earlier. He scratched his head awkwardly. I judged you after seeing only one side. You are not a coward. Kim Ho turned away casually. No, let me stay the coward for now. Yang Ji-hong blinked. Stay the coward. For now. After Kim Ho left, Yang Ji-hong muttered. Fine, I won't pry. Can't be the only one suffering. Kim Ho walked over to Go Yun-woo. I am done. You. Go Yun-woo grinned. I have already won 2, one more and I am finished for the day. Go ahead without me, Kim Hung. Kim Ho encouraged. Alright, good luck. At the Mana training room, Kim Ho asked worriedly. Did you wait long? Come sit. Seo Yain replied flatly. They sat facing each other and began the Mana bullet lesson. Kim Ho checked her level. Try making a Mana bullet. Watching the raw Mana floating in Seo Yain's palm, he was stunned. Unbelievable, she pushed Song Chun-hai that far with just crude Mana clumps. Facing her blank stare, he began. Okay, let us learn allocation. First, use the exact amount of Mana needed for one bullet. Sometime later, scoreboard. Seo Yain, 99% versus 1, 98%. Kim Ho sat under a small hill, protected by a Mana barrier. Against a royal guard's vision, just use the terrain. Crawling through sand dunes would be tough. But Seo Yain's special eyes spotted abnormal Mana flow between the dunes. Kim Ho thought, even if she destroys all the dunes, she can't break my shield. He casually dodged a grazing bullet. No reason to fear a gunner who could not break Song Chun-hai's shield. But one's barrier suddenly shattered. He panicked. Know what? From afar, Seo Yain aimed precisely. Bullets rained down. One clutched his head, screaming. It hurts. After a fierce struggle. Seo Yain victorious, one defeated. Late at night, in a high-rise building, one room still lit. A magic orb replayed Yang Ji Hong's fights. A thought flashed. The hummingbird's movement is completely erratic. That girl's control is already top tier. Teacher Lee Su-dok intently reviewed every match. Second match too, she was toying with him. Looking at the pile of orbs on the desk, he thought. But that is not the only issue. In front of him were Song Chun Hai's orb and Seo Yane's ranking replay. The crude mana bullet from before. Once terrified face. Now a perfectly formed mana bullet. Teacher Lee Su-dok muttered. Can someone really improve this much in just 2 days? He recalled Kim Ho's words in class. You mean practice making mana bullets like we talked about yesterday, right? Got it. I will meet you later. Looking at Kim Ho's calm face, the teacher grew irritated. That kid again. He wondered. Kim Ho. Just who the hell are you? Meanwhile, in the training room, Kim Ho finally completed the cube and cheered inwardly. Done, it is done. Screen. Cube of Life B increases the effect of life storage items by 1.3 times. Kim Ho watched the reaction under his hand and smiled. Finally complete. Cube of Life B 1.3 times boost to life item effects. Kim Ho looked up, a quiet grin spreading across his face. Thanks to the amplification skill from the reward, I finished it on time, even raised my core to D rank and earned a nice chunk of points. A nearby teenager was whining and crying at the same time. Using skills burns mana like crazy. I barely got a breather, and thanks to that elixir from you too. Thank you. A calculation flashed in Kim Ho's mind. Everything's ready. Time to start the rumor. He turned his head. Perfect timing. Bark Nari, a member of the Genius Druids Nature Club from the Guild Federation, was standing right there. Kim Ho approached quietly and spoke softly. Bark Nari, sorry to bother you, but I need a little help. He cast a spell. A pulse of life energy radiated out. Nari looked bewildered as Kim Ho explained. Animals are extremely sensitive to life energy. No creature can pass this without reacting. Buma, Nari's pet, suddenly leapt into the air. Nari jumped and turned to Kim Ho. Buma, what is wrong? Kim Ho smiled inwardly. Just as planned. Nari frantically reached for Buma. Sorry, I will get him out of here right now. Buma, no. Kim Ho watched and thought. True druid blood. She felt the life energy instantly. Time to play along. He put on a panicked face. I am in a hurry, could you take your pet out? Nari grew even more flustered, yanking Buma back. Ah, sorry, he has never acted like Gin like this before. She looked up curiously. Wait, you are in class 1-3, right? Kim Ho nodded openly. Nari gave an awkward smile. Right, sorry about that. You can go. He returned a kind smile, but inside he was triumphant. That is enough for the rumor to reach the Nature Club. Getting the season pass just got a lot easier. In another scene, the lecturer droned on in class. The classic example is a goblin warrior versus a close combat swordsman. Turn to page 76. Kim Ho stared straight ahead, fingers unconsciously tapping the desk, counting down. 1 more minute until lunch. 59 seconds. 32 seconds. The lecturer slammed the book shut. Class dismissed instantly. Shin Byung-chul stretched and yawned. Finally. He suddenly froze, staring at a blazing orb. What the hell is that? Scorching energy radiated out. Students screamed. After the panic, Shin Byung-chul looked at his wrist in confusion. What happened? Nothing there. He glanced around the room and muttered. What was that orb? A barrier? My heart's still racing. A male student pointed. Hey, there is a number above your head. A girl looked back, stunned. Wait, you have one too. Sudden item inspection at Dragon Slayer Academy, banned wave. A magical field that detects prohibited items on students. Anything unsuitable gets added to the banned list to filter out illegal gear. Cold sweat broke out on Kim Ho's forehead. They finally did it. That sound effect is terrifying, definitely Lee Su-dok's doing. Meanwhile, Go Yun-woo looked excited. This should be interesting. Kim Ho turned away with a helpless sigh. These two are not carrying anything. But that guy. Shin Byung-chul frantically scratched his head and ears. What the hell is going on? Kim Ho walked over and asked Han, so am I. Didn't your club president warn everyone there'd be an inspection today? Shin Byung-chul muttered in panic. But I did not think it would be like this. He hugged his screen and wailed, "I am dead. If they see all this stuff, the president will kill me." Kim Ho offered casually. "Want help?" Shin Byung-chul whipped around, eyes half trusting. "For real?" Kim Ho shrugged and turned to leave. "If not, fine." Shin Byung-chul grabbed him instantly. "No, my honor, please, big bro, I will do anything." Kim Ho sat down, satisfied. "Then you owe me." Shin Byung-chul nodded furiously. "Yes, big bro." Kim Ho touched the cube and said in a low voice, "Put the items in here. Only rare or foldable ones." Shin Byung-chul panicked. "What happens if I do?" Kim Ho urged. "No time, put them in." Seeing the hesitation, Kim Ho rolled his eyes dramatically. "Looks like they are almost here, class is about to start." Shin Byung-chul trembled. "Yes, sir." Seconds later, Song Chun-hai's stern voice rang from the door. "Everyone stay seated." The air in the room froze. She demanded loudly, "What are you two doing?" Kim Ho answered calmly, "Napping." Song Chun-hai eyed him suspiciously. "Really?" Shin Byung-chul chimed in desperately. "Just a quick nap, I swear." She ignored them and ordered, "Hand over all prohibited items." Song Chun-hai raised her hand. A pale blue orb floated forward. "I do not know how you slipped through before, but time to confess. No tricks will fool this orb." She slowly moved the orb toward Kim Ho. After a silent moment, he spoke. No reaction. "Can I go?" Song Chun-hai looked troubled. "Sit down." Kim Ho sat casually, the corner of his mouth curling up. "This is exactly why I wanted it done before Friday," he thought. "An item that bypasses band wave. Anyone who knows its true value would kill for it. Time to start trading." Outside, Shin Byung-chul bowed repeatedly. "Thank you so much, without you I would be scrubbing floors or dead in a ditch." Kim Ho smirked wickedly. "I will collect the favor later." "Consider it a loan." Shin Byung-chul answered instantly. "Of course, big bro, I will never forget this debt." Kim Ho warned carefully. "Only bring prohibited items to your clubroom." Shin Byung-chul nodded. "Got it. The president wants to meet you too." From smuggling to causing chaos, the demon of Dragon Slayer Academy, the Thieves Club. Shin Byung-chul appeared at the door, scratching his head awkwardly. "Boss lady, we are back." From inside, a female voice roared, followed by a flying kick. "I told you no trouble this week, right? Did you cause any?" Dang Ji-yu Young furiously stomped on Shin Byung-chul. "I said it was important." He curled up, begging. "I am sorry, stop, please." Kim Ho cut in calmly. "Hello, senior. Reporting in, I am Kim Ho." Dang Ji-yu Young spun around, ice cold. Dang Ji-yu Young, president of the Thieves Club. "You probably guessed." She ruthlessly kicked Shin Byung-chul again. "I heard about today. An item that slipped past band wave, huh, show me." Kim Ho nodded. "Yes, madam." He presented the cube. Dang Ji-yu Young's eyes widened in awe. "Holy crap, real deal, gotta see it to believe it." She stared greedily, hands twitching. "Something that fools band wave. I want one too, if possible." Kim Ho cautioned. "You would get caught immediately." He stared at her intently. "No way the head of the Thieves Club does not know about anti-theft runes, right?" She looked away uncomfortably. "What, it is magical engineering." Dang Ji-yu Young leaned back in her chair, voice nonchalant. "Anyway, you came here wanting something, did not you?" Kim Ho chuckled. "I knew you were sharp." She gestured around the room. "Look around, there is nothing here. We are broke as hell." Kim Ho shook his head. "No problem. What I want is within your power." Dang Ji-yu Young raised an eyebrow. "Which is?" Kim Ho answered directly. "Temporary access to the confiscation warehouse." Her face changed instantly. "Who are you?" She explained sharply. "The temporary warehouse holds seized items awaiting destruction. They are only checked at the end of the week, then vanish into a secret vault no one knows about." Kim Ho replied quickly. "My guess tonight or tomorrow at latest." Dang Ji-yu Young ignored that and pressed. "Answer me, did the disciplinary committee send you?" Kim Ho denied instantly. "What? No way, I can't stand those guys. I just need something in there." She shook her head. "Even if I owe you, I can't let you in for free." Took too much work to set up, no exceptions, not even for friends. Kim Ho slammed his hand on the cube and threatened calmly. The disciplinary committee is guarding the temporary warehouse, right? Getting in is hard. Getting out is harder. He looked up, meeting her eyes firmly. But if I guarantee an escape route, that should be enough for entry, should not it? She fell silent, calculating. If we can sneak in. Kim Ho interrupted. When we leave, we split the loot clean, no strings attached. He thought confidently. She can't refuse now. He stared straight at Dang Ji-young. Are you in? Amid the silent mountain slope, the group gathered, eyes tense. Dang Ji-young spun around, gaze sharp. Everyone here. One guy answered quickly, glancing at Kim Ho. But who is this kid? She did not hide it, voice decisive. I added one more for this job. Introduce yourselves. The team grumbled. Bringing a rookie on a big operation like this. Shin Byung-chul cut through the noise with a friendly grin. Hey, nice to meet you, just ignore those two. Let us work well together. In contrast, Davin was focused on the map, voice serious. 1 minute left, boss. Dang Ji-young nodded. Good. Davin, support from outside. Get ready. She did not forget to warn Kim Ho, voice low. You do not get noticed. Once inside, grab the small, rare stuff first. She stomped the ground hard. All right, move out. She shot forward, leading the charge. Kim Ho scanned the surroundings and thought. B-rank silent steps, cube of life is done, I won't need magical engineering for a while. He quietly reached toward Dang Ji-young and used copy. System. Target skill silent steps B acquired. Copied skills, 2x2 right pointing arrow 3x3. Hummingbird E, magical engineering B, silent steps B. Silent steps B. Your footsteps become faster and quieter. Elsewhere, Yang Ji-hong stood guard outside when a swarm of butterflies suddenly descended. He stared blankly. What the? The system screen lit up, recording Yang Ji-hong panicking as the butterflies wrapped around him. On the third floor of the old building, Shin Byung-chul clicked his tongue. TCH, so many security spells. A male student suddenly shouted. Who is there? He flinched but was instantly bound tight with ropes. Shin Byung-chul kindly advised. Just stay still, struggling only makes it worse. Dang Ji-young hurried forward, voice urgent. Temp storage is right around the corner, hold on, checking the situation. She pulled out a mirror-like device, stared into it, then cursed. Damn it, why does it have to be that goblin on guard duty? Taking him alone will be tough. Kim Ho remained calm, studying the object in her hand. Third year, wields an A-rank axe known as Hell's Cleaver. Too much for Dang Ji-young. I only planned to sneak in, but looks like I have to step up. He whispered. Senior, you know how to use Shadow Realm, right? Dang Ji-young whipped around, shocked. How do you know that? Kim Ho pressed. No time to explain. Can you use it? She admitted honestly. Only basic level C rank. Kim Ho smirked faintly. That is enough. Watching the scene, Dang Ji-young grew even more suspicious. What can he even do? He ignored her doubts and urged. No time, go. She quickly refocused and cast Shadow Realm. A dome of darkness enveloped the group. Outside, the butterfly swarm rushed toward Seo Yun-dae. He cursed. Damn star suckers. He swung his massive axe, but the butterflies multiplied. Panicking, he heard a terrifying sound from inside. Dang Ji-young glanced back and muttered. That axe-wielding brute went down in one hit. Why does he have to be a rank equivalent? She turned to Kim Ho, warning. We are talking after this. He replied coolly. Let us finish the job first. Dang Ji-young shouted. Everyone, grab the stuff and get out. The team yelled in unison. Kim Ho looked happily at the cube. Time to pick my loot. He scanned the warehouse and muttered. Dragon Slayer Academy's banned item list only restricts based on side effects. Anything that harms body or mind is banned. He quickly grabbed 2 crystals. What I need is something banned due to elemental penalty. With S-rank elemental resistance, I can nullify the penalty. He kept looking. That is enough items. Now for some skill books. Skills with elemental penalties are usually strong. Kim Ho curiously opened a box. Let us see. There has to be something good here. Before him was a book radiating spiritual energy. he exclaimed inwardly. Lucky, I do not have any combat skills yet. Gotta learn this now. From behind, Seo Yun Dae pushed the door open, voice tired. Late night, huh, tough work. Song Chun Hai glared at the group like rats, starting the semester with theft again. Dang Ji Yu Young turned, mocking. What brings the noble disciplinary committee head down here for patrol? Song Chun Hai's voice was stern. Enough, put everything down and come quietly to the disciplinary office. Dang Ji Yu Young hesitated. The longer we wait, the worse it gets. She shouted. Scatter. She cast Shadow Veil, creating a dome of darkness to hide her teammates. Duration, 5 seconds. The group vanished into streams of black mist. Seo Yun Dae growled quietly. The intruders just left the vault. Not a single one escapes. Kim Ho bolted outside, but a wooden spike suddenly thrust toward him. He dodged lightly. The spike pierced the wall. Seo Yun Dae praised. Nice dodge. Kim Ho froze. When did he get here? Seo Yun Dae stared coldly. I know almost everyone in the Thieves Club, but I have never seen you. First year. Kim Ho stayed silent. Seo Yun Dae smirked. Not talking so your voice does not give you away, smart. He unleashed a barrage of spikes. Then surrender is not an option. Kim Ho dodged frantically and clicked his tongue. Hummingbird, useless. He manipulated a swarm of floating objects and hurled them at Seo Yun Dae. The senior's face changed. I have never seen control this precise. No shield, I am done for. Seo Yun Dae turned, eyes fixed on Kim Ho. Not bad for a first year. His cold voice came from behind. But it ends here. He roared. Finished. A massive explosion erupted. Seo Yun Dae's eyes widened, staring ahead. You arrogant brat. He grinned triumphantly. No one survives that. But through the smoke, Kim Ho emerged, clenching his fist. Seo Yun Dae flinched and muttered, that skill. Don't tell me. Seo Yun Dae nearly lost his mind, eyes blazing. That is definitely the band-skilled temporary stone wall, only a lunatic would use it. Damn it. He spun toward Kim Ho, staring with deep suspicion. Kim Ho decisively unleashed Hellfire Fist. His arm erupted in thick smoke. He glanced down and muttered. Harder to control than I thought. Managing the flames will take work. Observing Seo Yun Dae, he saw no fatal wounds. The academy won't act. But Seo Yun Dae's Emerald Tower and the disciplinary committee definitely will. He scratched his head in annoyance. They will hunt for traces of me everywhere. Troublesome, but they won't find anything. A voice shouted from afar. Noise coming from over here. Kim Ho flinched. Shit, gotta run before I get caught. Song Chun Hai rushed out, yelling, Senior, get to the infirmary quick. In the disciplinary committee's truth room, Dang Ji Yu Young stood with arms crossed, clearly irritated. How much longer are you keeping me? Just deduct points and let me go. Song Chun Hai walked off, exhausted. My part's done. I am leaving, I am beat. Seo Yun Dae forced a smile. Go ahead. He pulled out a stack of papers and smiled kindly at Dang Ji Yu Young. Alright, look at this first. Cooperate and we will be done fast. She took it, startled. What the, wow, Kim Ho grabbed some expensive stuff. Seo Yun Dae tilted his head, probing. Dang Ji Yu Young, you get it, right, somehow, a lot of items disappeared. She shrugged casually. No idea, first time I have seen this list. His tone turned stern. If you keep denying it, the whole group takes the fall. Dang Ji Yu Young brushed it off. So what, I will take the hit. Seo Yun Dae sighed helplessly. Figures. Before she left, he warned. The disciplinary committee moves tomorrow. Dang Ji Yu Young strutted out. Yeah, I am gone. Outside, a boy asked worriedly. You okay, boss? Davin added anxiously. What will the committee do? She replied nonchalantly. Good work, everyone. Back to the clubroom, I will explain there. She counted heads and froze. Wait, why only 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth? Song Chun Hai appeared, mocking. Thick-skinned as ever, still pretending. Dang Ji Yu Young blinked. Huh, what do you mean? Song Chun Hai snapped. One of your club members used Hellfire Fist. Senior Seo Yun Dae is in the infirmary, he nearly died. Dang Ji Young broke into a cold sweat. What? Seo Yun days in the infirmary again. Lee Seong Hun nearby muttered uneasily. Hellfire Fist too. This kid's something. From the doorway, Dang Ji Young's panicked scream echoed. Hey, Kim Ho, are you okay? Your arm. She stared at his arm in worry. Kim Ho waved it off with a grin. Huh, I am totally fine. You said I used Hellfire Fist. I would not touch that without a countermeasure. Dang Ji Young exhaled in awe. You really came prepared. She quickly changed topics. Anyway, are the items safe? Kim Ho pulled out the cube. Yes, madam. Her eyes gleamed greedily at the pile. Oh my god, look at these beauties, so shiny. He dumped them on the table. Deal's complete. She nodded instantly. Absolutely best deal ever. Kim Ho turned to leave. Then I am out. Dang Ji Young stopped him. Wait, Kim Ho, join our thieves club. She poked his shoulder playfully. I will treat you real nice. I am officially recruiting you. Kim Ho laughed awkwardly. Is this an insult or a job offer? She was blunt. I have been watching you. That arrogant, greedy brain, you are a born thief. Kim Ho pretended to walk away. Nah, I will pass. Dang Ji Young panicked. Huh. Why? He smirked. Because of the cube of life, obviously. I am selling it. She choked. Wah. He continued casually. I need season passes to the special training room. How about 4? She started sweating. 4 season passes just to dodge Band Wave, isn't that a bit steep? Kim Ho dropped a cryptic line. Band Wave is just a side perk. It has one main ability. Dang Ji Young repeated curiously. Main ability. He offered. I will show you the description if you do me one favor. She grumbled. So stingy. What favor? Kim Ho answered quickly. Just pass a message to the Magical Engineering Club president. A first year completed the 10x10x10 cube. Dang Ji Young nodded without hesitation. Deal, show me the description. She read the screen and screamed. What the? 1.3 times boost to life item effects. This thing actually exists. She muttered, eyes shining. No wonder it is so expensive. Kim Ho asked. Good enough, I am leaving. She replied reluctantly. Kim Ho. I still want to recruit you. She looked up sincerely. So think about it, okay. Kim Ho sighed. Yes, senior. A few days later, on Dragon Slayer Academy's campus, Kim Ho looked apologetically at a half-asleep Seo Yane. Did you rest enough over the weekend? She nodded tiredly. Yeah. He doubted it. Really, it is Monday morning and you already look dead. He quietly glanced behind him. Tail, coming straight for me, Emerald Tower or Nature Club, probably. He debated internally. Ignore them and it is annoying. Deal with it now. He spoke up. Seo Yane, go ahead without me. Kim Ho spun around. I suddenly have urgent business. I will be in class right after. She caught on instantly and nodded. Okay. He immediately confronted the two behind him. Why are you tailing me? Spit it out. Mo Ying-jun did not hesitate. You showed yourself saves us the trouble. We are from Emerald Tower. Got it. The girl beside him smiled awkwardly. President, we would like you to come with us. Will you? Kim Ho scowled. I have zero connection to Emerald Tower. Want to talk? Come find me yourself. Mo Ying-jun sneered. Talk did not work, so you want the hard way. As Mo Ying-jun lunged, Kim Ho shouted. I agree. A scream rang out. The girl watched in horror as Mo Ying-jun convulsed, paralyzed by Hummingbird. Kim Ho stared coldly at them. Anyone else want a beating? I am busy. The girl threw her hands up. No, sorry for bothering you. She thought. Hummingbird movement is insane, no point taking unnecessary hits. She shook Mo Ying-jun lightly. I will drag this idiot back, so you can go. Kim Ho turned coldly. At least someone here can read the situation. The girl asked curiously. Hey, so the coward rumor is not true? Mo Ying-jun, face full of defiance, growled. It is not, just luck, this humiliation, next time I will definitely. A bullet suddenly flew straight at the girl's head. She sighed in resignation. Why me too? Both collapsed. In another scene, the instructor lectured passionately. Dungeons are structured to drain adventurers before reaching the core. Run out of resources early and the conquest fails. Kim Ho looked at Seo Yain in surprise. How are you later than me? Where'd you go? The instructor announced. This conquest is timed. Surface dungeons can be practiced repeatedly in training mode, but only count for points once. He looked at the students. You must destroy the totem in 5 minutes. Best to find the optimal route through practice before the real challenge. That is all for today. Shin Byung-chul leaned toward Go Yun-woo. Hey Yun-woo, duo dungeon with me. Go Yun-woo blinked. With me. Kim Ho waved them off with a smile. Go for it, you two. Go Yun-woo bowed slightly. If Kim Hung says so, very well. I will try it with brother Shin. Shin Byung-chul grinned happily. Smart choice. Kim Ho quietly glanced in another direction and muttered. I already have a partner anyway. Seo Yain lightly tugged his sleeve. Come with me. In another development, the male student from earlier was slammed straight into the wall by a surge of energy, his body trembling violently. Utterly disgraceful. The person standing in front of him spat coldly. Your older brother is a disciplinary committee member, yet you got completely wrecked by a single thief. Damn it. The two of you together are nothing but a stain on my reputation. The green-haired girl beside him, having suffered the same fate, muttered under her breath. What was that again? A swordsman with a title or something? How many people were there that you could not even beat? The man released the young man, turned around, and walked away without forgetting to curse. Pathetic. He let out a long sigh, his voice filled with disappointment. I knew from the start this would be a total disaster. The green-haired girl continued. Still, I should meet him in person. Their identities were revealed. She was Ha Su-yeon, president of the Natural Science Club, while the young man was Bok Young-hwa, a member of the Emerald Tower. Bok Young-hwa clasped his hands together, his voice brimming with determination. We must arrange an official meeting. The Emerald Tower's reputation has hit rock bottom. Bok Young-hwa's eyes stared fixedly ahead, radiating killing intent. That strange box of his is not nearly enough compensation. Daring to humiliate the Emerald Tower, he would better be ready to pay the price. I will make him regret it. The trembling youth struggled to his feet. I will make up for it. I swear I won't mess up again. Bok Young-hwa coldly declared. You think you were allowed to speak? The youth bowed deeply, pleading. This was because I let my guard down. Please give me one more chance. Bok Young-hwa's killing intent flared. One more mistake and you are expelled from the tower. Still want to try? The youth clenched his fists, eyes burning with resolve. Yes, sir, I won't let you down. Bok Young-hwa summoned a wood golem, his voice ice cold. Fine. I will lend you this golem. Win overwhelmingly. The youth bowed deeply in gratitude. I swear I will win. Scene shift to Goldbin Swamp. Seo Yain and Kim Ho were sprinting through the forest. Kim Ho laughed lightly, completely relaxed. No need to rush, this is just practice. A sudden system notification caught his attention. Side quest, Week 2 Tactical Challenge. Objective, clear both solo dungeon and duo dungeon. Deadline, Sunday night. Reward, based on remaining time. Kim Ho thought to himself, to get the highest reward, both dungeons need to be cleared in under 1 minute combined. Suddenly, 2 goblins appeared, weapons gripped tightly. Seo Yain instantly drew her dual pistols and fired with perfect precision. Kim Ho observed, muttering, if I teach her their attack patterns now, it will be easy. But that won't help her grow. He smirked and gave Seo Yain a meaningful smile. She needs to figure it out herself in practice mode. An elite flood goblin suddenly blocked their path, emanating terrifying killing intent. Kim Ho braked hard and glanced at Seo Yain. Want to avoid it like before, or take it down? Seo Yain replied calmly, does killing it give points? Kim Ho answered immediately, you get an extra 120 points for taking down the boss. Her eyes hardened. Let us kill it. Kim Ho did not hesitate and released a hummingbird swarm. Got it. I will support you. The hummingbirds surrounded the goblin, breaking its focus. Seo Yain appeared at its side, raised her guns, and fired a single shot straight into the top of its head. The goblin's eyes glowed red, mouth gaping wide as it spun at lightning speed and slashed toward her. Seo Yain's expression did not change. She calmly took aim again. Kim Ho spread his fingers, gripped his staff, and activated amplification, upgrading the hummingbirds to C rank. He sent another wave toward the goblin. Seo Yane closed one eye and pulled the trigger for the finishing shot. System notification. Remaining time, 18 seconds. Kill points, 120. Critical hit bonus, 149. Total clear time, 2 minutes 29 sec equals 149 points. Bonus reward, 500 points. Total, 649 points. Kim Ho looked at the panel and grinned. Not bad for your first try. I bet you can do even faster next time. Seo Yane spoke up. Hey, about earlier. Can you teach me how to make magic bullets again? Kim Ho let out an amused sigh, thinking, that finishing move got her way more fired up than I expected. He replied, sure. Let us check our gear and head to the training center. Seo Yane nodded casually. Okay. At the training center's shooting range, Kim Ho's voice echoed. Today we are learning the projection skill. He extended his hand toward her. You can already create magic bullets and use guns as tools, but you have not transferred mana between them yet. He produced an illusory bullet. Let me give you a visual example. Pretend your hand is the gun. He faced the targets, gathered mana, and fired it with a finger snap. Projection is basically that. Kim Ho dispelled the illusion and looked at her cheerfully. It is similar to creating bullets. Want to try with your hand first? Seo Yane followed his example, focusing mana at her fingertip. Kim Ho signaled her to snap. The bullet flew backward and hit him square in the forehead. Kim Ho smiled helplessly. Why did it go backwards? He patiently explained, okay, forget creating a bullet for now. Just focus on shooting the mana. He turned around. Keep practicing. I am gonna grab something for dinner. Seo Yane grabbed his sleeve and rummaged in her pocket. Wait. She pulled out a black card and handed it to him. Here, take this. Kim Ho froze. A black card. Wow, rich kid. At the food court, Song Chun Hai and Han Somi were laughing and enjoying their meals. Limited edition, right, totally worth the hype. Han Somi spotted Kim Ho and waved. Hey, it is you. Song Chun Hai turned around, confused. Who? Seeing Kim Ho, she immediately looked annoyed. Still doing the friendly act, huh? Kim Ho smiled. Hi. Song Chun Hai replied coldly, why is it you again? Then a thought struck her. Wait, this might actually be perfect. I need to check something. She stood up abruptly and held out her hand. Let me see your hand. Kim Ho blinked. What is with the sudden interest? Song Chun Hai recalled Shin Byung-chul's description, the mysterious thief who used Hellfire Fist in the warehouse, handled hummingbirds like toys, and was connected to the thieves' club prime suspect. She made an excuse, just palm reading. I want to check a few things. In her mind, if he really used Hellfire Fist, there had to be burn marks. Kim Ho raised an eyebrow. Didn't expect you to be into that stuff. Song Chun Hai smirked inwardly. Gotcha, he is nervous. She urged, come on, let me see, what are you two hiding? Kim Ho extended his hand. Here, go ahead. Song Chun Hai inspected both sides carefully. Nothing, not a single mark. She stared in disbelief. Impossible, no traces at all. Kim Ho sounded annoyed. Can you let go now? How long are you planning to stare? She snapped out of it and released his hand. Sorry. Kim Ho called after her cheerfully, wait, you were reading my palm, right, how's my love line? Song Chun Hai turned back and answered instantly, rocky love life. Really tough. She walked away, unsatisfied. Kim Ho sighed and muttered to himself and Lee Seong-hun, I already saw this coming. They are still looking for the warehouse culprit. But I have played dumb long enough. I will probably be cleared of suspicion soon. The next day, Kim Ho and Seo Yane continued training. Seo Yane wore a serious expression, dual-wielding her guns and firing straight ahead. A goblin took a direct hit, gnashing its teeth in pain and twisting its neck to dodge the next bullet. Kim Ho released hummingbirds, perfectly syncing with another shot from Seo Yane. The goblin could not escape. Its weapon shattered, blood spraying everywhere. System notification. Remaining time, 1 minute 20 sec. Goblins killed, 28. Elite monster points, 149. Remaining time bonus, 3 minutes 48 sec equals 228 points. Extra reward, 500 points. Total, 728 points. Kim Ho laughed happily. That was brutal, Yesterday's grinding totally paid off. Seo Yain responded with a rare, genuine happy smile. You're smiling. A moment later, Kim Ho and Seo Yain arrived at another spot in Goldbin Swamp. Even though the dungeon was not too tough, just to be safe, they should practice a few more times, Kim Ho thought, watching Seo Yain step inside. She cleared the duo dungeon, so she should be fine. Now, time to focus on my own task. System notification, entering Goldbin Swamp. Kim Ho clenched his fist, a spark of flame igniting. Alright, let us wrap this up quick. He tightened his grip and unleashed a fire fist straight ahead. Without hesitation, he threw a decisive punch, flames engulfing the goblin horde. They did not even have time to scream before being incinerated in an instant. The destructive force spread across a wide area. Kim Ho broke into a sweat, muttering, even in a mock dungeon, I overdid it a bit, he sighed. Just as expected, it is hard to control. System notification. Time, 4 minutes 42 sec. Elites defeated, 120. Remaining time, 7 minutes 28 sec equals 448 points. Bonus reward, 500 points. Total, 948 points. Gotta erase the traces before leaving. Side quest appeared, Week 2 tactical challenge completed. Objective, conquer challenge dungeon. Solo dungeon, remaining time 7 minutes 28 sec greater than 5 minutes. Duo dungeon, remaining time 3 minutes 48 sec greater than 5 minutes. Reward, rank upgrade. Kim Ho marveled inwardly. I even got bonus points from the boss, highest rank reward locked in. System displayed options, choose reward. Rich Lord Clone enhances reinforcement and recovery skills. Illusion Eye enhances illusion and debuff skills. Blessing of the West Wind enhances wind element skills. Kim Ho pointed at the last option, Blessing of the West Wind. No need to overthink it. I have been aiming for this trait from the start. Perfectly suits my build. A full spectrum support who deals damage and provides utility. Kim Ho acquired the Blessing of the West Wind trait, a wind element support, then exited the dungeon. Outside, a group was waiting. You are Kim Ho. 4 people stood at attention, eyes sharp. The young man spoke up. First off, I am Mok Jonghwa, Tower Master of the Emerald Tower. The girl followed. I am Ha Su-yin, President of the Natural Science Club. Let us talk somewhere else. A glass of water was neatly placed on the table. Ha Su-yin sighed. First, I apologize for what happened. I lost due to my haste. Sorry. Kim Ho sat across from Yunghwa and Ha Su-yin. Ha Su-yin asked curiously, I heard you have a special item. Kim Ho looked puzzled. You all came here for that. Yunghwa spoke. Can I see it directly? Kim Ho did not hesitate and pulled out the cube. Suddenly, Buma Bark Nari's pet sniffed around and leapt from the opposite table straight into the cube. Bark Nari flustered. Buma, no, everyone awkwardly watched as Buma settled comfortably inside the cube. Ha Su-yin laughed. It is real, all right. Come out, Buma. It is fine, just leave it there. Buma really likes the box. Ha Su-yin explained, it is because of its aura. This seems like a very powerful life element artifact. Can I see the item description? She vowed firmly. I swear on the honor of the Natural Science Club, I will keep your information confidential. You have no reason to refuse. Kim Ho nodded. If you are both serious, then sure. Both Ha Su-yin and Yunghwa viewed the info panel, stunned. Life element item effects boosted by 1.3 times, Ha Su-yin muttered, beyond imagination. She looked at Kim Ho warily. Any plans to sell this? Kim Ho pondered. Not sure. Just owning it brings a lot of value already. Yunghwa thumped his chest resolutely. An item shines brightest in the hands of someone who knows how to use it. Don't waste it, hand it over to us. Kim Ho inwardly exclaimed, they are being so proactive, it is making me feel bad. Outwardly, he feigned hesitation. I get where you are coming from, but I still need to think it over. Ha Su-yin pressed immediately. What do you want? I can offer something of equal value. Kim Ho smirked inwardly. There we go, he held up 4 fingers. 4 special seasonal training passes. Specifically, 1 seasonal pass and items worth 3 more. I want the drum skill book. Ha Su-yin and Yunghwa were dumbfounded. Yunghwa frowned. That is excessive, a seasonal pass is fine, But a drum skill book is way too pricey. Kim Ho shrugged nonchalantly. Then forget it. He stood up, grabbing the cube. I am out. Bark Nari shouted hastily. Wait, she stepped forward. I have a drum skill book. Ha Su Yin was shocked. Nari, really? Bark Nari hesitated. I have not found a good skill to pair it with. Otherwise, it will just gather dust in my inventory. She glanced at Buma wagging its tail happily inside the cube and smiled. Plus, seeing Buma so content makes me happy too. Ha Su Yin reluctantly agreed. Fine, if you want it that badly. Bark Nari thanked her joyfully. Thanks, sis. The exchange happened swiftly. Kim Ho held the book, satisfied. Pleasant transaction. Matter settled. Suddenly, Chung Yin, the green-haired student, shot to his feet, blocking Kim Ho. Hold up, I still have unfinished business with you. Kim Ho, I challenge you to a duel. Kim Ho replied indifferently. Pass. Chung Yin froze, furious. You have no honor. Kim Ho mocked. You ambushed someone with a group and now talk about honor. Chung Yin was speechless. Kim Ho turned to leave. I am not wasting time on pointless fights. Pretend you won and brag all you want. Yung Hua held up a VIP ticket. How about a bet then, this worth your time? Kim Ho spun 180 degrees, inwardly marveling. Generous, he accepted. Sure, I am in. Chung Yin regained his arrogance. You pick the day. Kim Ho grinned. 2 days is fine. Chung Yin was stunned. Why 2 days? Kim Ho casually tucked away the book. I need time to master this. Yung Hua shook his head in exasperation. Master a skill in just 2 days, fine, let us see what you can do. Kim Ho sealed it. You won't be disappointed. 2 days later, at the arena, spectators had gathered. Dang Guyang approached, sighing. Why'd Kim Ho accept the challenge? That mock Zhonghua must have schemed something. Shin Byung Chul smiled. Kim Ho's bound to win, but something feels off. Dang Guyang furrowed his brow uneasily. I need to keep an eye out, just in case. On the arena floor, Kim Ho and Chung Yin faced off, trading barbs non-stop. Kim Ho smirked. Showing up without running is commendable. No reason to refuse with a VIP ticket on the line. Yung Hua announced. This match will be recorded for everyone to watch. Agree. Kim Ho's eyes turned icy. I agree. Chung Yin nodded eagerly. A green aura enveloped them both. Let it begin. They entered the arena. System notification. Map, crumbling arena. Rules, deathmatch, 10 minutes limit. Kim Ho vs Chung Yin, 100% HP. Chung Yin smirked smugly. You got lucky last time. Things are different now, I will show you the gap in ability. Kim Ho ignored him and casually activated his magic. A green aura enveloped Chung Yin completely. He panicked. What the hell is this? Kim Ho stomped the ground, taunting. What are you gonna show off? Chung Yin knelt on the ground. Kim Ho sneered disdainfully. It is just dirt, does not hurt. Quit the dramatics. Chung Yin cast magic, hurling a clump of earth at Kim Ho. He dodged effortlessly and reversed control of the earth mass. Kim Ho smirked, twirling his hand to send the rock flying back at Chung Yin. He yelled in panic. What? How is this happening again? What did you do? An explosion erupted, dust and debris filling the air. When the smoke cleared, Chung Yin had put up a barrier, but it was useless. Damn it, it can't end like this, he struggled to his feet, thinking. I do not want to use this, but I have to win. Chung Yin placed his hand on the ground, activating his power. The wood golem led by Yung Hua was summoned, a refined monster infused with the power of verdant forests, granting life to ancient timber. Seeing the golem appear on the screen, Dang Guyong clenched her fists and roared in outrage. How shameless can you get? Shin Byung Chul beside her could only give an awkward laugh, at a loss for words. She kept going. Why the hell is a third-year golem here? Gawa, you shameless bastard. On the other side of the stands, her shouting accidentally drew Sung Jae's attention. Mock Yung Hua, standing nearby, spoke up. I did not think we would need to bring out the golem. But if it takes him down, no problem at all. Dang Guyong gritted her teeth, thinking to herself. With so many eyes watching, he can't use fire magic right now. Should I stop this? Down on the arena floor, Ji Chul broke into a manic grin. Ha ha ha, let us see you stay calm against a golem, wipe that smug look off your face. At those words, Kim Ho only slightly frowned, staying silent. He recalled 2 days earlier in the Mana training room. Which supporter is the most useful? The answer changes depending on the situation. That is why there are healers, buffers, debuffers, and so on. But if you want to become a true all-round supporter, there is no skill more suitable than this one. Back to the present, Ji Chul flashed a confident smirk and declared, I will finish you in one strike. Let us see what other tricks you have got. Instantly, the golem raised its massive arm high and slammed down toward Kim Ho with terrifying force. Kim Ho leapt high into the air, effortlessly dodging the blow. He channeled mana into the soles of his feet and thought, for someone aiming for the wind element like me, this is the single best skill I could have gotten from a blank skill book. A sphere of energy formed in his palm. He hurled it straight at the golem, knocking it off balance and sending it crashing backward. Ji Chul's eyes widened in shock as he let out a pained cry. Kim Ho remained perfectly calm. System notification. Wind strike, attaches wind element to physical power. Blessed by the west wind, amplification is greatly enhanced. Panel appeared. Kim Ho wins. Up in the stands, Dang Guyong jumped to her feet, cheering wildly. Wow, that was insane, he actually beat the golem. On the opposite side, Mok Yoonghwa gripped the railing in fury, growling. How the hell did he pull that off? After the match, as agreed, Kim Ho stepped down and held out the VIP card. Here, the VIP card as promised. Taking the card, Kim Ho smiled. Thank you very much. Then he added. Can I ask one more small favor? It won't harm your side at all. Let us not release the replay of this match. For the Emerald Tower, that would definitely be better. Mok Yoonghwa ground his teeth. You have got the instincts of a merchant. Spit it out, what do you really want? Kim Ho winked lightly. Nothing right now. Just promise you will grant me one favor when I ask. Mok Yoonghwa nodded reluctantly and turned to leave. Fine, deal. Watching their retreating backs, Kim Ho thought. I made it sound like I was doing him a favor, but keeping the replay private was my real goal. The fewer people who know about my new wind strike skill, the better for me. After the fight ended, Yun Woo and the others came down and shouted. Kim Hung, that was awesome. Seeing them, Kim Ho replied. Perfect timing. He handed over the training room card. Here, the seasonal pass. I promised, remember. Yun Woo stared at the card in disbelief. You already got it. Kim Ho sighed lightly. I did say I would get it within 2 weeks. Dang Guyong approached from behind, slinging an arm around his shoulders with a grin. You little thief, what kind of deal did you strike with Mok Yoonghwa? You never let yourself come out losing, do you? Kim Ho laughed awkwardly. Haha, you see right through me, Nuna. And please stop hugging my shoulders like that. He continued. By the way, how's that thing I asked about? She answered. The Magic Technology Club, the guy's dying to meet you. What do you say? Kim Ho grinned. Perfect, let us go see him. Scene shift to the Magic Technology Workshop. Kim Ho pushed open the door and stepped inside. Countless club members were bustling around, far busier than workshop number 4 where he would obtain the cube. Kim Ho thought in awe. No wonder it is the #1 workshop, this place is on another level. As soon as he entered, someone approached. You are Kim Ho, right? Kim Ho replied. Yes, good morning. The person introduced himself. I am Bong Jae-sok. Dang Guyong told me about you. Additional info appeared. Bong Jae-sok, president of the Magic Technology Club, 3rd year. He turned and walked deeper inside. Come on in. Follow me. Kim Ho closed the door behind him, thinking. Straight to business, huh? Inside the room, Jae-sok asked. I heard you completed the 10x10 cube. Then he cut to the chase. Let us not beat around the bush. That cube blueprint originally belonged to our club. But I am not here to make trouble, no one else managed to finish it anyway. I just want to see the completed version. Kim Ho apologized. Sorry, but I do not have the cube anymore. Jae-sok startled. What, where is it? Kim Ho answered. I gave it to the Natural Science Club. Jae-sok stood up, sighed heavily, and cursed. Damn it, wasted trip. I am out. But Kim Ho immediately stopped him. Wait, did you think I came empty-handed? Jae-sok looked at the paper in Kim Ho's hand. What is that? His eyes shot wide open as he yelled. No way, this is the cube blueprint. Holding it, he stammered. Someone actually crazy enough to write down every single row. Wait, why is half of it missing? He looked at Kim Ho. You have got the rest, do not you? Kim Ho sighed. Of course I do. Understanding the intent, Jae-sok said. Name your price. Kim Ho raised one finger. Let me use the equipment in workshop number 1. Jae-sok replied instantly. Only from midnight to dawn. We need it during the day. Kim Ho agreed. Deal. Jae-sok continued. Done. Hand over the other half. Once he had the complete blueprint, Jae-sok looked at Kim Ho and asked, Ever thought about joining our club? Recognizing the recruitment attempt, Kim Ho smiled wryly. Thanks, but I will have to decline. Jae-sok stood up. It is a shame to let talent like yours slip away, but I get it. Feel free to keep using the junk in Workshop 4. Just keep supplying blueprints like this. He turned to leave. I am off. Thanks again. Kim Ho replied. Thank you. He thought to himself. That guy's brutally direct. Anyway, the foundation for my ultimate weapon is now set. Scene shift to the Emerald Tower hallway. Mok Yoon-hwa and Sung Jae were walking together. Sung Jae spoke. Please reconsider expelling him from the club. Mok Yoon-hwa frowned. Why? Sung Jae explained. How many first years can even summon a golem, especially a Lamba grade 1? Mok Yoon-hwa replied. The fact remains that the Emerald Tower's honor was insulted. Behind them, Sung Jae sighed. My little brother went too far. Yes. But was he the only one who brought shame to the Emerald Tower? Those words made Mok Yoon-hwa flinch. He turned sharply. Is the disciplinary committee planning to interfere in the Emerald Tower's internal affairs? Sung Jae's eyes turned cold. I only ask that you judge fairly. Mok Yoon-hwa paused, sighed, and asked. What do you want? Sung Jae answered. Just one chance. Mok Yoon-hwa, 2 months. I will decide based on Ji Chul's ranking over the next 2 months. He added. Anything else? Sung Jae nodded. No, that is enough. Mok Yoon-hwa turned and walked away with a cold snort. Sung Jae watched him leave, then suddenly called out. Song Chun-hai. Song Chun-hai, who had been eavesdropping behind a pillar, jumped in surprise. She stepped out awkwardly. You knew. Sung Jae, I saw you hiding behind that pillar. You are not very good at sneaking. He continued. Since you heard everything, I won't explain further. Can you beat Kim Ho in a direct confrontation? She lowered her head shyly. I am. Not sure. Sung Jae. Not sure. He asked. Did you check his hands? She nodded. Yes, I checked carefully. Not a single scratch. Hearing that, Sung Jae stroked his chin, thinking. If he really used Hellfire Fist, there is no way the burns would heal that fast. Did I get the wrong guy? Yet the memory of Kim Ho's condescending gaze made him grit his teeth in frustration. That look that mocks everything, it is hard to believe it is anyone else. Snapping out of it, he sighed. Sorry for bothering you. Contrary to his tone, Song Chun-hai's face lit up with excitement. She clenched her fists and declared. No problem at all, I wanted to do this anyway. I will catch him red-handed. Scene shift to week 3, Monday. The system announced. Random map, 2 vs 2 team battle rules, 10-minute limit. Sudok explained. This week is just as important as the last. But this time it is different. You will even be able to notice coordination flaws you have never paid attention to before. To fix those shortcomings, the Academy has prepared a mentorship program. So think carefully and make the most of this opportunity. That is all. Yun Woo looked at Kim Ho and asked. Have you signed up for the mentorship program yet? Kim Ho nodded, staring at the system panel. Already did. There is no reason to hesitate. He held up 3 fingers and continued. They will pair you with a high-ranking 3rd year or even a graduate, depending on your inclination. Who knows when we will get another chance to learn from people like that, right? Yun Woo smiled. You are right. I will sign up right now. Thanks for the suggestion. He then turned to Seo Yane, who was still face down on the desk, and asked. What about you, Seo Yane? She mumbled. I am tired. I want to sleep. Kim Ho sighed softly, thinking. She has only barely learned how to make aura grenades. There is still so much she needs to learn. This mentorship program is crucial for her. Isn't there any way to convince her? Yun Woo interrupted his thoughts. Hey, Kim Ho, wanna team up with me this week? Kim Ho nodded. Sure, let us form a team this time. Unfortunately, Seo Yain overheard. She instantly sat up, tugged on Kim Ho's sleeve, rubbed her eyes, and said, I want to join too. Let us make a team with you. Yun Woo laughed. Perfect, there are 2 matches this week. How about we split 1 match each? Seo Yain. Sounds reasonable. Kim Ho frowned slightly and muttered. So my opinion does not matter anymore. Yun Woo stood up. Then I will go practice first. You 2 go ahead. Kim Ho. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Scene shift to the next day, school courtyard. Yun Woo approached. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Kim Ho. Kim Ho smiled cheerfully. I just got here too. Looking at Yun Woo, Kim Ho's eyes narrowed slightly. Huh, his aura is way sharper than yesterday. Yun Woo extended his hand with a smile. I have been looking forward to this. Kim Ho glanced at Yun Woo's mana circuit and thought. Looks like his mana circuit has already reached C rank. Faster than I expected. Yun Woo continued. By the way, how did it go teaming up with Seo Yain yesterday? Kim Ho sighed, scratching his head awkwardly. Well, we won, but thinking back on yesterday. Our opponent was Hong Yi-in-hwa, the rising star of the Ruby Tower. I knew Seo Yain was not ready for someone of that level yet, but the result was even more one-sided than I thought. System notifications kept popping up. Seo Yain 78% right pointing arrow Seo Yain 74%. Kim Ho sighed again, thinking. Exactly what I was worried about. Seo Yain has 0 defensive ability. The moment he realized that, Kim Ho stomped hard on the ground and charged straight toward Hong Yi-in-hwa's group. As soon as he reached them, he raised his hand, formed a wind magic bullet, and smashed it into the silver-haired youth's shield, sending him flying several meters. Hong Yi-in-hwa's eyes widened in shock. But right after, her expression darkened. Kim Ho's staff was now pointed directly at her face. His gaze was perfectly calm. Back to the present, Kim Ho continued. I tried to end the match quickly and even suggested she join the mentorship program, but she did not seem interested at all. Yun Woo laughed. Haha, sounds like a lot happened. Kim Ho sighed. She probably needs to get beaten a few more times first. Yun Woo. That rough, huh? Suddenly the system screen appeared. Match found. Kim Ho blinked in surprise. That was fast. Yun Woo grinned. Let me show you the fruits of my training. The 2 were instantly transported to a desert map. Both widened their eyes at the scenery. Yun Woo. What kind of situation is this? Their opponents this time were Seo Yain and Jang Sam. Team info displayed. Jang Sam 572 points, Seo Yain 741 points. Looking at them, Kim Ho smiled faintly and thought. Perfect timing. This is a great chance for Seo Yain to realize just how weak her defense is. Yun Woo glanced at him worriedly. Can we win? Kim Ho smirked. Of course. System. Begin. The moment the signal sounded, both sides charged forward. Kim Ho called out. Seo Yain, leave her to me. Yun Woo nodded. Got it. On the other side, Seo Yain immediately slammed a smoke bomb at her feet just as Kim Ho predicted. The 2 kept charging. Kim Ho said lightly. Sorry, but that won't work. Seo Yain's expression did not change. She fired a barrage of bullets at Kim Ho, but he dodged effortlessly. In an instant, he closed the distance, flicked her gun out of her hands with his staff, and stared at her in astonishment. Then, with his other hand gripping Azure Fist, he threw a punch straight at Seo Yain's face but stopped just before impact. He lightly tapped her forehead with his foot, making her let out a small yelp. Watching her drop to her knees, he asked. So, wanna keep going? Seo Yain looked away shyly. I surrender. Kim Ho sighed inwardly. Looks like her pride took a heavy blow. He turned to Yun Woo and muttered. Now let us see how the other side's doing. Shin Byung-chul once said the Guild Alliance has a hidden genius. That weird right hand movement always felt off from the start, but... Suddenly, Kim Ho shouted, interrupting their fight. Hold it, both of you, stop. He continued. Hey, I know you are holding back. Wanna fight for real? Jang Sam replied. I do not know what gave you that idea, but I am already fighting seriously. Kim Ho winked. If you are worried about the replay, we can set it to private, and I will give you a little incentive. He immediately used Phantom Shadowless. If you win, I will give you information about it. Hearing that name, Jang Sam froze for a few seconds. Kim Ho thought. As expected. If he is hiding his strength because he values it that much, he won't let a clue slip by. Regaining composure, Jang Sam asked. How do you know about that? Kim Ho answered casually. I just told you if you win, I will tell you. Jang Sam instantly flipped his sword into a reverse grip, took a stance, and said. Since we have come this far, I will do as you wish. Seeing the sudden shift in fighting style, Yun Wu flinched inwardly. In an instant, his eyes changed completely. Yun Wu gripped his sword tighter. I will go all out too. Jang Sam sighed, then charged at Yun Wu with terrifying speed. His strike grazed Yun Wu's cheek, drawing blood and making him cry out in pain. Countless sword slashes followed, forcing Yun Wu into desperate defense. System notification spammed. Yun Wu 87% right pointing arrow 73% right pointing arrow 68%. Jang Sam's eyes turned deadly serious. He thought. I will end it with this one. Yun Wu stood rooted to the spot, hands clenched around his sword, not resisting at all even though Jang Sam's blade was now aimed straight at his eyes. But suddenly, at that exact moment, Yun Wu vanished from his spot and reappeared right beside Jang Sam, leaving the latter wide-eyed in shock. He unleashed Raging Current Slash, delivering an incredibly powerful strike that stunned his opponent. At that instant, cracks appeared along Yun Wu's sword. Both froze in place as the sword in Yun Wu's hands shattered into pieces. Kim Ho walked over and said, Stop. That is enough. He waved lightly and added. Both of you, rest here. System notification. Team Kim Ho and Yun Wu wins. The moment the announcement ended, both collapsed on the spot. Looking at Yun Wu, Kim Ho muttered inwardly. Because I was still standing, the system counts it as our victory. But honestly, we basically lost. The second Jang Sam got serious, I could not block a single hit. The outcome was decided the moment he went all out. As expected, I am still a little short of reaching the level of a true prospect. That is all it is for now. Jang Sam's eyes suddenly shot open. He stared at the system panel and said. So I really lost. Kim Ho approached. As you see. Jang Sam sat up, let out a regretful sigh, and said. A bit of a shame, but please tell him it was a good fight. Kim Ho nodded. Yun Wu will definitely say the same. Jang Sam walked over and asked. Before I go. One question. Was my real strength that obvious to you? Kim Ho answered casually. Yeah, a little. The way you held your sword looked slightly forced. And trying too hard to look ordinary actually made it stand out. Jang Sam flinched and repeated. Trying to look ordinary made me stand out. How? Kim Ho pointed at him. Think about it, what kind of place is Dragon Slayer Academy? Jang Sam stroked his chin and admitted. True. This is where top talents from all over the world gather. In a place like this, being normal is the most conspicuous thing. He clasped his hands in respect. Thank you. That is helpful, I will remember it. And one more thing. About Phantom Shadowless. Kim Ho cut him off immediately. I said I would tell you after I win. Jang Sam nodded. Right. Then I will challenge you again next time. Kim Ho. Anytime. Scene shift outside. Yun Wu looked at Kim Ho and said. I embarrassed myself back there. I have got no face left. Then he asked. Kim Ho, what did you think of that fight? Kim Ho. You opened up the gap with probing attacks, and the finishing move was clean. Staring at the broken sword in his hand, Yun Wu sighed. The thing I am worried about is the weapon. I can't keep dodging forever. Kim Ho. Simple solution, just use a better one. Yun Wu slumped, thinking. Embarrassing. My budget is not exactly overflowing. But Kim Ho continued. Weapons are not only bought with money. He asked. How many points do you have? Yun Wu opened his system panel. Around 5,000. Kim Ho. That is plenty. Buy 1 E-rank longsword, 1 D-rank longsword, and 3 vials of heat catalyst with the rest. First, hand me those catalysts. Yun Wu followed instructions. System notifications. Purchased B rank Little Leaders Longsword 1200 points deducted. Purchased E rank Little Historians Longsword 700 points deducted. Purchased Heat Catalyst X3. 3000 points deducted. Handing over the 3 vials, Yun Woo asked, "What are these catalysts for?" Kim Ho. "Materials for crafting. I will make a few useful things for you." "That is it for today. Focus on recovering." Yun Woo smiled softly. "Thank you, Kim Ho. For everything." Scene shift to that night. Kim Ho walked through the corridor of workshop number 4, muttering, "This week's ranked matches are over. Might as well gather materials here while I am at it, and make the stuff for Yun Woo." He opened a door and greeted, "Hello, senior." The gray-haired young man turned. "Yeah, sure." Watching him work, Kim Ho thought. Heard he got scolded by Jae-sok last time over the blueprint issue. He probably does not like me rummaging around. I feel bad, but... One more time. He immediately used his copying skill. System. Registering target skill into slot. Magic Friction B acquired. Copy slots 2/2 filled. Magic Friction B, Theft B. Kim Ho. Got World Force now, so hummingbirds can take a break. Luck like this won't give me another cube blueprint. But for usable materials, this place is still the best. These are all failed products, but the raw materials are intact. He casually picked up an item and smiled. Normally, getting new materials is easier than dismantling. Normally. He started working in a corner, drawing the gray-haired youth's attention. The guy turned. "What are you doing?" Kim Ho. "Taking things apart to collect some materials." The senior's eyes lit up. "If you do not mind, can I watch?" Kim Ho. "Sure, go ahead." Holding a vial of extracted essence, the senior exclaimed, "Holy crap, you dismantled it and the material is still this clean, looks brand new." Following his gaze, Kim Ho thought, "Maybe I can try a little trick." He spoke up. "Senior, wanna trade some materials?" The gray-haired guy instantly perked up. "For real, welcome, what do you need?" Kim Ho listed. Cooling unit, central shaft, reinforced steel wire, etc. etc. The senior hesitated. What if Jae-sok complains again?" Kim Ho. "Trading raw materials should be fine. If you are still worried, we will ask him directly this time." The senior scratched his cheek awkwardly. "Right, I will send him a message then." He looked at his phone and muttered. Read but no reply. Kim Ho. "He is probably busy." "Oh well. Senior." He said it is fine as long as it is nothing special. Suddenly, the door burst open. It was Jae-sok. The gray-haired guy jumped. "What the?" Jae-sok walked straight to Kim Ho, looked at the parts on the table, and asked, "You dismantled these?" He immediately opened the system panel. "Perfect timing. Do this one for me." It is a failed product, but it used a lot of expensive materials. Kim Ho. "Sure, but this one will take a while." Realizing the intent, Jae-sok held up 4 fingers. "I know it is time-consuming. I will pay properly." Kim Ho turned with a smile. "I need materials too, so let me take payment in materials." Jae-sok nodded. "Deal. Send me the list, I will prepare it right away." He turned to leave. "No rush. Take your time. Message me when you need anything." Kim Ho cheerfully. "Yes, senior." The gray-haired guy turned back shyly. "By the way, mind helping me with one more thing?" Kim Ho. "What is it?" He pointed at an item in the corner. "I need that thing over there dismantled too. Could you?" Kim Ho. "No problem." The senior beamed. "Thank you, I will do my best to meet whatever you ask for." Scene shift to the next morning. Looking outside, Kim Ho sighed. "It is already morning, I will finish the rest after classes." Entering the classroom, he muttered. Still plenty of time before class starts. Maybe take a quick nap. But his eyes caught something. He walked over and found Seo Yang, as usual, already there early. She had disappeared without a word yesterday. He asked, "Why are you here so early? You have not eaten breakfast, right? Want something?" Seo Yang, still half asleep, mumbled. Yeah. Kim Ho thought. As expected, she has not fully recovered yet. He continued. "Yesterday's match was pretty one-sided, huh? I only did that to show you your weaknesses. You were starting to realize it yourself anyway." Your fighting style is extremely vulnerable once your position is exposed. Your mana foundation is already solid, so this time try investing in some support skills. Seo Yain looked straight at him and asked, "Will you personally tutor me?" Kim Ho smiled. "I would love to, but for this, learning from another gunner would be far more effective. It is a bit annoying, but sign up for the mentorship." Seo Yain took a piece of bread, nodded, and said, "Fine, I will do it." Seeing that she had registered, Yun Wu approached. "Oh, Lady Seo Yain signed up too, great decision." Kim Ho asked with a bright smile. "Are you feeling better?" Yun Wu. "Thanks to you, Hung, I am in top shape. My body's fine, but I am worried about the weapon I bought yesterday. I was planning to test it in the remaining ranked matches." Kim Ho looked at him, pulled something out of his inventory, and said, "Alright, then use this too." Looking at it, Yun Wu asked, puzzled, "Isn't this just a paperclip?" Kim Ho continued, "It looks like an ordinary paperclip, but it is an item that protects equipment durability. System notification. Sturdy clip, protects weapon durability, automatically restores weapon durability." Yun Wu took it and attached it to his uniform. Kim Ho added, "For the remaining ranked matches, try using it together with the new weapon you just got." Scene shift to the arena. System announcement. Match, Yun Wu. Looking at the opponents, Yun Wu assessed. Miss Park Na-ri is the hope of the Natural Science Club. Hung, be careful of that spirit beast. Park Na-ri gently stroked her companion and said, "Bomb, get ready." After being petted, the little tiger's body radiated dense mana. It leapt from her shoulder, landed on the ground, and transformed into a ferocious giant tiger, charging straight ahead. Park Na-ri shouted, "Go!" Following the command, Bomb lunged, swinging claws and fangs at Yun Wu. He raised his sword to block, but cracks instantly appeared on the blade the moment it made contact. He hurriedly yelled, "Lady Baekgung, now!" Baekgung Han Sol understood instantly, raised her hand, and unleashed Snow Soul Spear, striking powerfully at Bomb's head. Yet the attack barely dealt any damage, leaving her momentarily stunned. Still, she quickly poured more power into it. System. No. 587%. The tiger's head froze solid, losing one life. Enraged, Bomb kicked hard into Baekgung's stomach, making her cry out in pain. On this side, Yun Wu trembled and shouted, "Lady Baekgung!" Right after, the sword in his hand shattered into pieces. Staring at the fragments, he muttered, "So an E-rank weapon really hits its limit here." He stepped back, immediately pulled another sword from his inventory, and readied a stance. Looking at Baekgung, he said, "If we keep this up, we have no chance." She replied, "Agreed. Let us try something else." System. No. 5100%. Yun Wu murmured. Looks like the strategy is to let the spirit beast tank up front while continuously recovering. Meanwhile, the summoner herself is completely exposed. A playstyle that relies entirely on the beast. The two exchanged glances and nodded in understanding. Then we hit the summoner directly. Instantly, they attacked from opposite sides, trying to slip past the tiger's attention and charge straight at Park Na-ri. Young Soo Ri calmly said, "Not happening." She waved her hand, summoning a massive thorn barrier. I already predicted a situation like this. The barrier rapidly grew into a wall, blocking Yun Wu's team completely. The pair unleashed skills directly at the thorn wall, but it took no damage. Yun Wu muttered. As expected, not easy to break through. Next, we need a single strike that exceeds her magic defense. But from behind, the giant tiger grabbed Baekgung in its jaws and charged straight at Yun Wu, preparing to attack. Screams of pain followed. System. Park Na-ri and Young Soo Ri win. Scene shift to the next day. Watching the crystal orb replay of the match, Yun Wu said awkwardly, "I made you witness such an embarrassing scene." Kim Ho replied, "Not at all. Facing a top prospect and lasting that long is already impressive." Yun Wu asked, "Number 1, in that situation, what would you have done?" Kim Ho. "It is not really a matter of strategy or technique. The stat gap is just too big, especially in equipment. Park Na-ri is a fully backed prospect of the Natural Science Club. Not only does she have a wide skill set and traits, she also has that life cube she recently traded with me. From head to toe, she reeks of money. Hearing that, Yun Woo sighed. No wonder we lost. The opponent is both highly skilled and perfectly prepared. Looking at Kim Ho, he thought. Maybe it is time to bring this up. He spoke. We can't bridge the raw stat gap with someone like Park Na-ri. But that does not mean there is no countermeasure. Yun Woo's eyes lit up. So there is a way. Kim Ho folded his arms with a grin. Demon Sword. For top-tier swordsmen, it is a mandatory debuff type item. Hearing the name for the first time, Yun Woo asked. Demon Sword, I did not even know that item existed. Learned something new from you again. Kim Ho pointed at the clip on Yun Woo's uniform. We will think about the Demon Sword later. First priority, stop your weapons from breaking. Focus on gathering artifacts that boost durability for B-rank weapons and above. Yun Woo nodded. B-rank, probably not easy to find. Kim Ho pointed behind him. You can look in the underground section of Zhong Dungeon. But during the first week of ranked matches, we can't enter dungeons, right? Yun Woo. We can't go underground next week either. Kim Ho. Why not? Yun Woo. Because we do not have clearance yet. Kim Ho sighed. The underground part of Zhong Dungeon is different from the surface. It is real combat. They can't just throw first years into deadly live combat. So there is no way right now. Yun Woo. Yeah, pretty tough at the moment. Kim Ho sipped his orange juice. I mean officially. Yun Woo understood. Then we sneak in. Kim Ho. There is a service for exactly these situations. Yun Woo. Who are you calling? Kim Ho. Yeah, he will be here soon. Right after, a voice called from afar. You two here. Shin Byung-chul approached cheerfully. So, how can I help? Kim Ho. We are planning to hit a dungeon. Yun Woo. Monday night. Kim Ho. Monday night works perfectly. Shin Byung-chul. What is the dungeon number? Kim Ho. 388. Shin Byung-chul pulled out a notebook and checked. If it is 388, Feathered Serpent Temple, D rank, right, 4-person dungeon. Who is going in? The two glanced at each other. Kim Ho pointed at Yun Woo. Just the two of us. Shin Byung-chul frowned. You sure that is safe? If anything happens, I am responsible. Kim Ho sighed. We won't die. If things go south, we will bail immediately. Yun Woo nodded. I trust Hung Kim. Shin Byung-chul closed the notebook. Alright, it is decided. I will arrange it for Monday night. Kim Ho. How much for the favor? Shin Byung-chul. Between us, no charge. I still owe you from the Benwave incident. Let us call it even. Kim Ho inwardly flinched. Didn't expect him to bring up paying the debt first. Shin Byung-chul continued shyly. Honestly, I have always wanted to go to the underground section just once. Kim Ho thought. So he has never been, and that is why he is like this. He replied. No problem. Even if it is your first time, just do not half-ass it. Shin Byung-chul scratched his head. No need to tell me, I will give it my all. Kim Ho added. Then while we are at it, add one more. Put us in 104 too. Shin Byung-chul checked. 104 is B rank, completely different from Feathered Serpent Temple. That is a deep zone dungeon. I can't help with that level. Kim Ho. I know. Just ask your section chief. Shin Byung-chul pocketed the notebook. That much I can probably manage. I will go talk to my sister. See you Monday night. Take care. Then he turned to Yun Woo. We should plan too. Yun Woo. Sure, what do I need to do? Kim Ho. First, we clear Feathered Serpent Temple. We will get you a weapon there. I will also farm some profit for myself. After that, we will have a few days to prepare. We need to negotiate with the club about the Black Serpent fan and stock up on items. Deep zone dungeons are places where one tiny mistake can get you killed. Yun Woo's eyes hardened with resolve. I am mentally prepared. Kim Ho continued. Your role is crucial. Raw strength is obvious, but synergy is just as important. So you need to know the dungeons as well as I do. He pulled out several books from the desk. These are the full clear guides for both dungeons. Memorize every single word. At workshop number 1, several items were laid out on the table as a calm voice spoke. These are the things you asked for last time: floating stone extract solution, mana core, and weather wheel, right? Another person in the room replied politely. Yes. Thanks to you, I was able to obtain materials that are normally extremely hard to find. Thank you very much. While Kim Ho was reassembling the item, Juk, who was standing nearby and seemed to be in the final stages of his own work, made a request. May I take a look? Kim Ho readily agreed. Sure, just give me a moment. With his natural talent, Kim Ho quickly finished crafting. Done. Juk stepped closer and looked at the item in Kim Ho's hand, exclaiming in surprise. I was wondering what you were gathering materials for. So you made another strange thing. Clearly very interested, he asked. It looks like the head of a staff or wand. Have you found the shaft yet? Kim Ho did not hide anything. Not yet. I still have not found anything suitable. Although he said that, he already had a plan in mind. I will look for the shaft later. I mean, in the underground section of the dungeon. After finishing the crafting, the two continued chatting inside the workshop. No urgent business right now, so you probably won't come to the workshop for a while, right? Yes, I have already bothered you a lot lately, but I will still drop by often to hang out. A little later, in class 13, the teacher on the podium began today's lesson. This week's conquest theme is sweep. Map, compressed rock zone. Rules, sweep mode, random two-person dungeon pairing. If you clear all monsters, anyone can get high scores. No time limit. So pay close attention to where the monsters are hiding. He also clearly explained the upcoming conquest. And the important part this time is that both terrain and teammates are randomly assigned. That means you will be fighting with a stranger in an unfamiliar place. After the announcement, the teacher closed his book and reminded everyone. So coordinate well and conquer it together. That is all for today. See you next class. Yun Woo turned to Kim Ho with some regret. This week teammates are random, so we can't go together. That is right. This week everyone has to act solo. While the two were discussing their plans, Seo Yain woke up and decided it was better to skip the mana bullet lesson for now. Next week is mentoring week anyway. We can learn new skills then. Worried about them, Kim Ho carefully reminded and instructed. This week, focus on strengthening yourselves internally. Got it. Before real combat, we will definitely run practice mode first. Even though they were going to practice, Kim Ho had other calculations. For me, practice mode would just be a waste of time. Entering a random dungeon with random teammate pairing, he stepped through a new spatial gate thinking, I will go straight into real combat. Looking at the system panel in front of him, he silently wished. I hope I get a decent teammate. But no matter who it is, 100% clear is guaranteed. Kim Ho carefully planned every move in his head and reached out to touch the panel. So in this situation, the most useful teammate is someone whose skill I can copy. He temporarily switched from magic skills to combat skills. At that moment, another spatial gate appeared beside him. He turned to look, waiting. So my teammate will be. When he saw who stepped out, Kim Ho was slightly surprised. What the? Unexpectedly, the person who emerged was Yin Hua. The teacher immediately questioned. You again, Yin Hua. Yin Hua looked just as flustered to see Kim Ho as her partner this time. Kim Ho. Why is it you again? Seeing her expression, Kim Ho wondered inwardly. What is with that weird reaction? Seeing the red-haired girl trembling in front of him reminded Kim Ho of the confident version of her he used to face, completely different from now. From the placement exam to the duel, I have faced her plenty of times as an opponent. Yeah, every time I crushed her. It is only natural she is intimidated. Kim Ho just sighed and accepted his current companion, deciding inwardly. But right now my goal is to clear this efficiently. Sorry, but creating a slightly oppressive atmosphere is more convenient. What are you standing there for? His voice made Yin Hua flinch. Kim Ho stared at her with cold eyes and ordered. Move. Now. The red-haired girl could only nod. The two immediately dashed forward. While sprinting at full speed, Yin Hua inwardly scolded herself. I should have skipped today. Doing it tomorrow would have been better. Why did I insist on clearing fast just because of pride? It seemed she really did not want to team up with Kim Ho and was frustrated. I just wanted to avoid being paired with this guy. Why did it have to be him? Before Yin Hua could call out to Kim Ho, he had already vanished ahead, making her wonder. Where the heck is he going? There is nothing that way. Suddenly, monsters dropped from the trees right in front of them. At the same time, the system issued a warning to Yin Hua, adding to her panic. What is going on? Monsters appear no matter which path we take, this can't be that easy. Kim Ho, however, remained completely calm, running straight past the monsters and charging ahead, leaving the red-haired girl stunned. All she could do was helplessly shout after him, "Wait, there are still monsters left unkilled." Seeing him ignore her and keep running, Manhwa could not hold back her anger and cursed inwardly. "What the hell, you are just going to ignore me and leave, so you want me to clean up the rear?" But she had no choice but to fight behind him and finish off the monsters. "Great job, Octopus." Even though she was fuming inside and wanted to scream. "Hey, we are supposed to be a team, are you planning to solo this?" But Kim Ho paid no attention to her mood and urged, "Don't fall behind. Just follow." "Got it." Manhwa quietly watched Kim Ho's back as she followed, growing suspicious. Something feels off. During the conquest, Kim Ho casually watched the monsters get killed without lifting a finger, not hesitating for even a second. Manhwa kept attacking to push back the horde. While doing so, she stole glances at him. He is just marching straight forward. After clearing the monsters in the area, the two continued deeper inside. Seeing how relaxed Kim Ho was, Manhwa began to realize something. This guy acts like he has cleared this dungeon dozens, hundreds of times before. Suddenly, Kim Ho reached out and pulled the red-haired girl back. "Wait." Unexpectedly, a small cave appeared in front of them. Seeing it sparked curiosity in both. An earth cave, let us check it out." Manhwa crouched down, peered inside, and made a reasonable guess. By the size, it is probably a spirit bear den. A person could not fit in there. Kim Ho just stood behind with arms crossed and ordered, "You go check." "Me." Kim Ho gave her that lightning-like glare again, pressuring her. "You can definitely do it, don't want to." The red-haired girl silently crawled inside as ordered. "If I can fit, fine. I will go in." Seeing her actually crawl in surprised Kim Ho, who thought suspiciously. "Why is she going inside? I just meant for her to shoot fire magic in there." At that moment, a huge burst of light erupted from inside the cave. The explosion instantly blew the small cave apart from within. Kim Ho, standing outside, remarked in admiration. As expected of a Ruby Tower disciple. Truly fiery. When the smoke cleared, Manhwa sat on the ground covered in dirt and shouted, "What the hell am I even doing?" Just as she was about to say more, she saw Kim Ho's gleaming eyes and immediately changed her tone, pretending to flatter. "I mean, I won't do this again. Or maybe I will. This kind of thing is normal in dungeon exploration." Manhwa stood up, brushed the dust off her clothes, and explained. "Anyway, finding the den was lucky. We wiped them out before the spirit bears could swarm." Looking at the system panel, Kim Ho concluded. "Seems this was the last den. All that is left is the boss." Suddenly, a massive axe flew straight toward them. Kim Ho quickly grabbed Manhwa's wrist, pulled her aside to avoid danger, and reminded, "No slacking in a dungeon." Unexpectedly, Manhwa hugged Kim Ho tightly and looked back. "Sorry." The axe suddenly boomeranged back the way it came. Manhwa realized something. That explosion earlier must have revealed our position. A gigantic monster wielding two axes appeared. That guy is this dungeon's boss. We have to kill it anyway. Perfect timing. The two leapt back and faced the boss head on. As long as we do not get careless, it will be an easy opponent. Let us combo and take it down fast. Noticing the tension on Manhwa's face, he guessed. She still has not fully relaxed. Seeing her like that, the red-haired girl smiled and inwardly blamed herself. Part of this is my fault. Maybe I should give her a bit of confidence. Kim Ho suggested to Manhwa. That thing, try taking it down yourself. The red-haired girl looked shocked and questioned. By myself. To boost her confidence, he stood beside her and cheered. You can absolutely do it. Damn it. Manhwa gathered all her confidence and stepped forward decisively. Fine, I will try once. Watch me prove it. She charged energy into her weapon, preparing to attack. She had regained her usual confidence, affirming inwardly. This is how strong I really am. But for some reason, her power suddenly faded inexplicably. The dungeon boss laughed mockingly at Manhwa, seized the opening, and quickly charged to attack, catching her off guard. What the? Before she knew it, the boss had raised its sharp axe high, ready to slash down. But with agile reflexes, Manhwa leapt high to dodge the strike. You think I will lose that easily? She had actually used a feint to land a direct hit with her full power on the boss. Flame Orb. Yanhua stared straight ahead, eyes fixed, nervous. It hit. It definitely hit. But her attack had no effect on the dungeon boss. It gazed at her with cold eyes. She was startled and shouted, "What? This guy is not taking any damage at all." Yanhua's eyes sharpened as she silently guessed in her heart, could this dungeon have a trait that halves all damage? What on earth were they thinking when designing a dungeon like this? The dungeon boss did not stop. It kept spewing flames, preparing to attack once more. Its axe flew straight toward Yanhua, who was standing right in front of it. I have to finish this before the overload effect ends. She barely dodged the first axe when the boss immediately hurled another one. Two at once. Yanhua could not react in time and could only stand there motionless, taking the hit. I have already lowered my stance. It is too late to dodge now. Fortunately, Kim Ho rushed in to protect her. Quick, maintain the barrier. With just a casual flick of his hand, the two axes from the dungeon boss were sent flying far away. Not only that, he sarcastically remarked to the red-haired girl, "I told you not to let your guard down." Having narrowly escaped death, Yanhua finally yielded and said, "Thanks. I am alive." Kim Ho only glanced at her and spoke meaningfully, "Don't do that. Just use that." Hearing this, she still hesitated. If it is that. She knew exactly what Kim Ho was referring to. Fire Pillar. Being reminded of it made Yanhua slightly anxious, stirring memories she did not want to recall. She lightly waved her hand, denying she had ever used it. It is a strong skill, but the range is too limited. Without letting her explain further, Kim Ho immediately laid out the plan. "I will hold him down. You just focus on raw power." The moment he finished speaking, he charged at the dungeon boss in front of them, completely ignoring Yanhua screaming behind him, "Hey, wait." The red-haired girl eventually followed the plan Kim Ho had set, resolving inwardly, "No, stop overthinking. Just focus on doing my part right now." Yet their combined attacks still did not inflict even the slightest damage on the dungeon boss. Both of them instantly understood each other. "Kim Ho, why again?" Seeing the boss struggling to break free from the magic circle, the red-haired girl shouted, "He has figured out the magic circle." Noticing her panic, Kim Ho quickly calmed her down, "Don't worry about it, just keep going." Only now did Kim Ho truly unleash his trump card. "Sorry, but..." With a single light strike, he sent the dungeon boss tumbling to the ground. "You will have to play with me a little longer." After taking that hit, the boss lay motionless inside the magic circle Yanhua had created. Once she completed the formation, she urgently called out to Kim Ho, "The magic circle is ready. Get out of the area now." But very quickly, the dungeon boss stood back up and charged at Kim Ho. He remained perfectly calm, thinking to himself, "Thanks to elemental resistance, I do not actually need to dodge, but I will just do as I am told for now." As the boss lunged forward in a frenzy, Kim Ho leapt just in time to avoid the attack, then quickly jumped back behind Yanhua. "Alright, is this good?" Seeing that he was now in a safe position, she felt somewhat relieved. "Good, that is enough." Yanhua immediately gathered all her strength to prepare the decisive blow. This time, it ends in one hit. A massive flame erupted from Yanhua, completely engulfing the dungeon boss inside. Fire Pillar. Before it could even react, the flame seemed to swallow it whole. Witnessing this, Kim Ho was now certain in his heart, as expected, the fire that burned the dungeon boss came from Yanhua. At that moment, the system panel appeared with the monster count notification. Remaining monsters, 0, completion rate, 100%, 800 points, clear bonus, 200 points, total points, 1000 points, multiplier 0.8 equals 800 points. Yanhua was panting heavily after unleashing that attack. "It is over." Kim Ho looked at the petite figure in front of him and silently praised her, "You really finished it fast. Pretty impressive fighting a boss like that." Having exhausted too much stamina, Yanhua was breathing heavily, while Kim Ho standing behind her secretly smiled. Though it felt a little forced, the red-haired girl suddenly spoke up, as if she had something to say to Kim Ho. Yanhua wiped the sweat from her face and made a request. "I have a favor to ask." Her unusual politeness surprised him. "What is it? Why are you being so hesitant?" Yanhua recalled how she had crawled into the cave on all fours like a little puppy in front of Kim Ho, and how he had saved her from the flying axe. That is why she made the request. Could you set the replay to private mode? Kim Ho finally understood what she wanted. You want me to make the replay private? In exchange, she offered compensation. I will make up for the points you will lose. So Yin-hwa placed something in Kim Ho's hand and explained, This is definitely worth more. Holding the gem in his hand, Kim Ho inwardly evaluated the item. What? A ruby just to make the JPL private? If it were a moderate reward, I would accept it, but this is way too much. Looking at Kim Ho's expression as he examined the gem she gave him, Yin-hwa suddenly grew worried. That face. Does it mean this still is not enough? The red-haired girl quickly searched her system inventory for something even more valuable to bribe Kim Ho. Then I will give you a bigger ruby. Kim Ho hurriedly raised his hand to stop her. No need, this is plenty. He even gave her a thumbs up, praising her performance today. You worked hard. Hearing his praise, Yin-hwa did not feel happy at all. Instead, she was inwardly annoyed. Why is he suddenly praising me? He did everything himself from the start. Even though that is what she thought, she still replied, though not cheerfully, you worked hard too. Seeing the expression on her face, Kim Ho mistakenly assumed, no need to be that shy. Why did the system panel in Kim Ho's mind now view Yin-hwa differently? Anyway, Yin-hwa's movements were better than I expected. The rumors that she can stand shoulder to shoulder with top prospects were not wrong. Once again, he copied the skill he had just observed from her. What surprised me most was her close combat ability. Thanks to that, I was able to select a skill worth copying. Thinking back on the skill Yin-hwa had just used, he silently admired her. I do not know what skill Yin-hwa absorbed through overload, but I also have an extremely powerful fire skill, Inferno, the Fist of Hell. When he thought of the red-haired girl, Kim Ho unconsciously smiled. That kind of destructive power must come with extraordinary physical enhancement. At that moment, Kim Ho remembered the gem Yin-hwa had given him and felt a bit puzzled. What should I do with this? He already had a plan in mind. Tonight I need to go to the dungeon basement. I will bring this to the Ruby Tower later and see. Back on the ground floor of the dungeon, Kim Ho stepped out of the spatial gate. He quietly looked around and thought, looks like Yun Woo and Byung Chul have not arrived yet. While waiting, he decided to check the quest rewards first. The system promptly displayed the notification. Week 4 side quest, Dungeon Conquest, completed. Objective, clear the Conquest dungeon. Completion rate, 100%. Reward, copy trait slot +1. Reading this notification made Kim Ho even more excited. Finally, another trait copy slot. Oh, if I can find a useful trait in the dungeon basement, that would be perfect. Suddenly, a voice reached his ears. Hey, what are you doing? Footsteps of two people echoed through the corridor as they approached Kim Ho. On the way, they teased him, if you are going ahead, at least say something. I was waiting up there. Hung Kim, you got here first. Yun Woo and Byung Chul had arrived. They confidently declared, anyway, it is late, let us get going. I won't let Hung Kim down. Byung Chul rummaged in his pocket for something to give Kim Ho. Right, I have something for you guys first. He held 2 items and offered them to Kim Ho. Put these on. Second-year student tie clip and anonymity badge. The orange-haired boy quickly attached both items to Kim Ho's clothes and explained their effects. They make the wearer's face look completely ordinary and unremarkable. With these, even if we run into seniors, we will be fine. After putting them on, Kim Ho marveled at the effect. My face really does look blurred now. Yun Woo added from the side, if we just pass by, no one will recognize us for sure. Byung Chul, not fully understanding, just grinned foolishly. It feels kinda weird. With everyone gathered, Kim Ho announced, alright, let us go. Everyone ready to head down. The 3 of them descended into the basement together. The dungeon seemed extremely deep. They walked and walked but still had not reached the bottom, making Yun Woo wonder, is it still far? We are almost there. Yun Woo glanced down and exclaimed in awe. I heard the dungeon was huge. But I did not expect it to be this massive. It already takes this long just to reach this floor. So the so-called deep levels. Kim Ho turned back to explain, actually, there are instant teleportation devices, but since we are sneaking in, we can't use them. Kim Ho sighed and deliberately teased Byung Chul, if you were skilled enough, you could probably hack even those. Byung Chul could only smile awkwardly and brush it off. Well, we are almost there anyway. At that moment, a mechanical voice suddenly rang out. "Dear guests, we apologize for the wait. Please proceed this way." It seemed the three of them had finally reached their destination, dungeon number 388. Right in front of them, a spatial gate appeared directly before the feathered serpent altar. Yun Wu looked at the gate in front of him and let out a sigh of relief. "Good, we were not detected. We have safely arrived." Kim Ho confirmed once more with the two of them. "You have both memorized the strategy guide completely, right? Then let us start right away." At that exact moment, a voice rang out from behind him. "Just what the hell are you doing?" Two more people stepped out from the same spatial gate. On their way, they kept blaming each other. What kind of messed up skill was that? If it were not for that, we would have cleared everything already. The green-haired guy noticed the three of them but paid no attention and just kept walking. "What is this? They are here to conquer the dungeon too. Looks like it." Kim Ho sighed inwardly. The team distribution effect is really obvious. To make sure everything stayed on track, Yun Wu reminded everyone, "Before we run into anyone else, we should hurry inside." But Byung Chul stepped forward, placed a hand on his shoulder, and said, "Hold on, wait a sec." Byung Chul was holding a glowing artifact. He carefully explained, "I still have to disable the final defense system." The orange-haired guy placed the artifact on the ground and confidently declared, "Done. All defense devices in this area are now shut down. For now, there is nothing to worry about." Kim Ho and Yun Wu proceeded inside, while Byung Chul stayed outside to monitor the situation. "I will still keep watch from out here in case something unexpected happens." Before leaving, Kim Ho left a message, "I will finish this quickly, just wait a bit." After passing through the spatial gate, Kim Ho gave the order, "No more time to waste. Move out." In front of the two of them now stood a building with an extremely tall staircase. Kim Ho assigned Yun Wu his task. "See that? That is the core of this dungeon, the feathered serpent altar that you will be in charge of." While the two were discussing the plan, a figure suddenly appeared behind them. Numerous barbarians were guarding the area. "Be careful. I remember reading about this in the strategy guide Hung Kim gave us." The mysterious figure hurled a spear straight at Kim Ho's back from a distance. But with his sharp senses, Kim Ho swiftly tilted his body and dodged the attack. Without even turning around, he already knew who they were. Speak of the devil. The barbarians. A group of barbarians appeared all at once. One holding a spear shouted, "Sacrifices." He seemed to be the leader of the rest and commanded, "Capture them alive." In an instant, a horde of barbarians surrounded Kim Ho and Yun Wu. "You said capture alive, so why throw spears?" The barbarians charged forward, repeatedly muttering sacrifices. Yun Wu glanced at Kim Ho with a knowing look. "We are sticking to the plan, right?" Kim Ho understood and nodded. "Let us begin immediately." A blue energy began gathering in Kim Ho's hand. With just a small move, he forced the entire group of barbarians to stagger backward. Holding his sword, Kim Ho swept his sharp gaze across them. In a few swift slashes, he not only severed the spears they were holding but also wounded them. Yun Wu, standing behind, called out, "Good luck. You too." While Yun Wu stayed to fight the barbarians, Kim Ho turned and left to carry out the next part of the plan. The barbarians whispered among themselves, "Who are these guys? Strong sacrifices, capture them at all costs." Yun Wu swung his sharp sword toward them and declared, "Your opponent is me. This blade will end those ugly faces of yours." On the other side, Kim Ho quickly ran toward his objective, recalling the plan he had discussed with Yun Wu. "From now on, we each act independently. Yun Wu will head straight to the altar, while I will go through the tropical forest, avoiding the main route." Inside the castle ahead lay the final destination in Kim Ho's plan. The standard clear condition for the feathered serpent altar was the raid phase. Get past the barbarians, reach the altar, and the feathered serpent priest boss would appear. Only by stopping the ritual and defeating both the priest and the barbarians at the same time could the dungeon be fully cleared. Following the main route would allow a normal clear without issues, but something else had caught Kim Ho's attention. "But that way, we can't obtain the hidden piece in this dungeon." Right in front of him, two barbarian guards stood watch. "That is why we have to search places others overlook to dig up anything worthwhile." As expected, the two immediately noticed Kim Ho's presence, but he did not particularly care. His thoughts were on Yun Wu. Judging from the camp, there are not many barbarians left, they have probably all been drawn to the altar. Even if a few remain, they are no match for Yun Woo. Without hesitation, Kim Ho charged straight at them. Hello there. The two kept repeating, the sacrifice came to us on its own, a strong sacrifice. The barbarians hurled their spears at Kim Ho, but he did not even flinch, merely wondering, capture alive, huh? Don't you guys know any other lines? With his abilities, a single casual swing of his hand deflected both spears in opposite directions. Small fry like you are not worth my attention. Not only that, the spears flew back and struck the two barbarians themselves. Kim Ho ordered them, call your chieftain out here. The two ended up killing themselves with their own weapons. Kim Ho, still in high spirits, thought, everything's still going according to plan. His attention now turned to a particularly dark tent. He quickly guessed, among ordinary tents, there is always one larger, unusual tent that must be the chieftain's private quarters. A strange beam of light shot out from inside the tent, flying straight at Kim Ho. The barbarian chieftain stepped out, parting the tent flap, and exclaimed in admiration, it is rare to see someone with such powerful energy. You will make a perfect sacrifice. Holding two magical artifacts, he counterattacked and deliberately threatened Kim Ho. If you let yourself be captured obediently, your suffering will be shorter. On his side, Kim Ho had already silently activated his skill. His hand transformed, and he mocked the chieftain, Inferno Hellfire Fist in overload state. All you ever talk about is sacrifices. Got anything else to say? Kim Ho assumed a fighting stance, calculating inwardly, to get the hidden piece. I need to keep him occupied here. That is why I searched the entire forest to reach this camp. The chieftain did not wait long and attacked directly. Kim Ho thought to himself, so far everything is proceeding exactly as planned. I just need to stall him until Yun Woo finds the hidden piece. As he charged forward, Kim Ho analyzed the chieftain's previous attack. That golden light attack is not elemental, so a single direct hit would be fatal. In an instant, Kim Ho was right in front of the chieftain. He considered the best way to fight him. But if I use overheat to absorb Inferno's flames while pushing my body to its absolute limit. Mid-attack, the chieftain's strike was effortlessly dodged by Kim Ho. Dodging something like this is not hard. The chieftain activated a protective orb around himself, but even with the shield, Kim Ho's overwhelming power allowed him to punch straight through it. The impact sent the chieftain flying backward. Kim Ho stared at his fist and thought, as expected, overheat combined with Inferno is on another level. Even a D-rank barrier gets shattered this easily. Despite taking that punch, the chieftain was barely damaged, making Kim Ho sigh inwardly. As expected of a boss, attacks like that barely scratch him. Kim Ho stopped attacking and instead provoked him. Hey, you should pay a little more attention to defense. You are wide open. Once again, the chieftain's attack was easily dodged. His face darkened as he gathered energy for the next strike and threatened, you won't die easily. Far from being scared, Kim Ho teased back, oh no, how scary. You are really angry now, huh? The two charged at each other simultaneously. After witnessing the chieftain's attacks, Kim Ho drew a conclusion. The most important thing for the priest is performing the ritual. If I just dodge enough during the fight, he will usually abandon the battle midway. He clearly understood the chieftain's personality. Want to prevent that, just make him angry enough. Every one of the chieftain's attacks was lightly evaded. Kim Ho calculated, of course, the angrier he gets, the better, but the downside is that dodging becomes harder. He glanced toward the castle in the distance and silently cheered, so do your best, Yun Woo. The rest is all up to you. At that moment, a foot covered in red liquid stepped onto the stairs. Yun Woo looked straight ahead with determined eyes and told himself, Hung Kim is probably fighting for his life right now, so I have to move fast too. Below the staircase lay the corpses of countless barbarians. Yun Woo strode forward proudly. I will perfectly complete the task Hung Kim gave me, then regroup with him, no mistakes. As soon as Yun Woo stepped onto the castle grounds, a massive shadow loomed in front of him. A gigantic barbarian wielding an enormous log had been waiting there for him all along. The huge log in the giant's hand swung down at Yun Woo with terrifying force. Thanks to his agile reflexes, Yun Woo easily dodged the blow and slipped past the giant. He glanced at the hulking barbarian and immediately recognized him. That is the sub-boss written about in the strategy guide, the deputy priest of this dungeon. Nickname, Fatty. As expected, he showed up right away. Holding his broken sword, Yun Woo leisurely advanced toward the main hall. While dealing with the giant, he kept his eyes on a magical artifact placed inside one that every bait party desperately wanted. I have to secure the hidden feathered serpent sword technique fragment no matter what. Behind the pedestal holding the artifact, another dark figure appeared. Yun Wu suddenly remembered, and according to the guide, there is another sub-boss besides him. At that exact moment, an arrow flew straight at him. Seeing the arrowhead stuck in his own sword, Yun Wu guessed, poisoned hidden arrow, speak of the devil. Another barbarian sat atop the pedestal guarding the golden artifact. Yun Wu already knew this one too. Another deputy priest nickname, Skinny. He let the broken sword fall to the ground with a slight pang of regret. Fighting both at once is going to be annoying. I wanted to take my time and test them out. But Yun Wu drew a new sword, ready to strike, and steeled himself. No choice, time for a quick finish. Skinny kept firing poisoned arrows from his blowgun. With nimble footwork, Yun Wu effortlessly evaded every shot. Before he could catch his breath, another log came swinging from behind, Fatty attacking once more. Yun Wu ducked low to avoid it. Glancing back, he thought, dealing with both really is a pain. If this drags on, it will waste too much time. Gripping his sword, he made up his mind. Guess I will have to go all in. Both Fatty and Skinny charged at Yun Wu at once. Facing their combined assault, he closed his eyes. A surge of energy radiated from his body. His eyes snapped open, locked forward. The energy split, flowing towards Skinny while slamming directly into Fatty. In one instant, Yun Wu countered both. In a flash, the two sub-bosses collapsed from a single devastating strike. Yun Wu sheathed his sword and reminded himself, good, they are down, but their vitality is insane. Can't let my guard down until the very end. Sure enough, Fatty was completely unfazed. He lifted his head and glared at Yun Wu. Of course he won't go down that easily. Ignoring Fatty behind him, Yun Wu charged straight ahead, thinking, the hidden piece is the priority right now. I will finish him off later. Fatty instantly realized something was wrong. He scrambled to his feet and hurled his log at Yun Wu, who was now almost within reach of the artifact on the pedestal. The impact shattered the pedestal. Fatty looked up, trying to see what was happening, when suddenly a blue energy appeared in the middle of the flying log. Even Fatty was shocked by the strange phenomenon. Yun Wu now held the magical artifact in his hand and mocked the giant, nice throw. Just a little slower and you would have hit me. With the artifact in his possession, Yun Wu's power surged. He gathered energy and prepared to strike. Time to end this fight. Allow me to show you one final move. Seeing the attack coming, Fatty could only scream helplessly. He was killed by the very artifact he had been guarding all this time. Yun Wu glanced back briefly at Fatty's corpse lying on the ground. The feathered serpent altar camp was now in ruins, barbarian bodies strewn everywhere. Kim Ho stared straight ahead with determined eyes. The chieftain unleashed his full power against Kim Ho, but every attack was effortlessly dodged. Kim Ho thought to himself, he usually just runs away, such a pain. Yun Wu must have found the magic sword by now. As if sensing something, the chieftain's eyes widened. He whipped around toward the altar and noticed the anomaly. That energy coming from the altar. Could it be the magic sword placed there? Right then, the system updated with a notification that made Kim Ho smile. Perfect, we have cleared it. I can safely leave the rest of the dungeon to him. Now Kim Ho finally struck back at everything the chieftain had thrown at him. Before I finish you off, let us copy that trait first. Use copy. He fully understood the trait he was about to copy. Main trait of the feathered serpent priest. Register targets D rank priest trait in skill slot. Copy trait 2/2, S rank elemental resistance, D rank priest. A mixed trait with multiple abilities. Its extreme magic sensitivity boost will be incredibly useful. The chieftain ignored Kim Ho completely and turned to dash toward the altar. Get out of my way, I have to reach the altar. But Kim Ho would not let him escape. Hey, old man, we are in the middle of something fun, where do you think you are going? In an instant, Kim Ho unleashed a blazing energy beam and taunted him. Even if you get there, there is nothing left. It is over. Let us wrap this up quickly. He clenched his fist and punched forward. The fiery energy shot straight at the barbarian chieftain. At the same moment, the system announced the completion of the feathered serpent altar dungeon. Yun Wu came running over happily, artifact in hand. Hung Kim, perfect timing. The artifact in Yun Wu's hand began absorbing energy from the chieftain's body. What the? Seeing Yun Wu's confusion, Kim Ho explained, it absorbed the priest's soul, so its power has been enhanced. The system simultaneously displayed the upgrade notification, hidden item, feathered serpent magic sword, protective trait, high durability, auto repair, new elemental resistance. 4 mysterious boxes suddenly appeared in front of the two of them. And there is those two. The 4 boxes were neatly arranged for them to choose from the random clear rewards of the feathered serpent altar. The bonus for conquering this dungeon. Yun Wu seemed completely satisfied with the artifact in his hand. I see. For me, just this sword is more than enough. It will be really useful for a while. He held up the artifact and offered, so Hung Kim, please take the rest of the rewards. Kim Ho did not refuse. If you say so, I won't hold back. He pointed behind them and reminded Yun Wu, first, let us get out of the dungeon. Once conquered, it collapses after a set amount of time. Outside, Byung Chul exclaimed when he saw the two emerge, you guys really did not take long at all. Kim Ho confidently declared, I told you I would finish it fast. Yun Wu looked back at the spatial gate slowly closing and said in surprise, the entrance is disappearing. Exactly like I explained earlier. Kim Ho elaborated on how the spatial gates worked. When a dungeon's core is destroyed, the entrance seals temporarily and can't be used. After some time passes and it regenerates, someone else will conquer the regenerated dungeon. Byung Chul, standing outside, added knowledgeably, that is why there is always undeniable proof that a dungeon has been cleared. Even the best guide fakers can't erase this kind of evidence. Worried about future trouble, Kim Ho warned everyone, people will come to investigate soon. Let us leave before that happens. They climbed the stairs back to their starting point. On the way, Byung Chul kept complaining, finally made it. Why are there so many damn steps? Seeing him exhausted, Yun Wu teased with a laugh, of course going up is harder than going down. Byung Chul, body completely drained, nodded in agreement. I know, but this is way too many. He turned to the other two, held out his hand, and said, at least we did not run into anyone on the way back. Now give me back the badges and clips. The two returned the anonymity badges and tie clips to Byung Chul, not forgetting to thank him. Thanks to you, we made it back safely. Thank you so much, Byung Chul. Please help us again next time. Hearing the praise, Byung Chul looked embarrassed and brushed it off. Ah, come on, it is nothing, of course it is part of the service. At some point, Chun Hai and Somi had appeared behind the three of them. Somi walked over, waving cheerfully. Hello Tilda. She teased all three of them in a playful tone that made them squirm. We sure run into each other a lot lately, huh, why does it always have to be right now? Chun Hai, on the other hand, was not nearly as friendly. Arms crossed, face stern, she interrogated the trio, what exactly were you three doing in the dungeon this late at night?